I just closed out of my notes. Then back up.
I was at the doctor the other day.
Yeah.
And he had me bent over backwards. Or forwards, I guess. Bent over, forward.
Yeah.
And
Over
he was
the
just
table?
he was just in there, he was deep. And he goes, "Son, you got ligma."
You had both hands on your shoulders while you're bent over?
He was deep inside me. I'm just kidding. Wow.
What are you doing, step bro?
What are you doing, step bro? Let me see this. Let me see. Last angle check.
Chance, you need to go buy yourself a computer.
Whoa, why don't you buy yourself a computer?
I did. It's right here.
I don't believe in technology.
Even if you got your like a little $400 with their YouTube money,
Our YouTube money from all of our sponsors.
go get them like a little Chromebook or something.
Pull up that video. Let's see this video. I want to show Kelly this video.
Aren't you gonna wait till the thing starts?
We're rolling.
God dang it! I hate it when you do that. How long you been doing that?
Back when you were rapping about Jesus Christ.
Just kidding.
Oh,
When we started the doctor story.
Yeah, right when I sat down and started talking.
oh, we're done.
We're diving into it. I got
I
to
was
start.
about to say jumping, but I looked up and said diving, so I said we're about height. Anyways, yeah.
There you go, Chance. Yeah, I don't know if there's any sound. You don't need the sound.
Okay.
You can just play. Make sure you transition it over here on the.
Horse diving
You
1920.
have to be selected on it, right? Yeah.
I'm assuming before I even see this that PETA wasn't a thing in
There you go,
1923.
I'm gonna say PETA was not
a thing.
not a thing.
All right.
You ready?
Because this is horse diving from the 1920s. It's pretty.
How do they get a horse to do that?
I don't know. Oh, had some cool tunes to it too. Look at this. Hold on. There's one more. There's another dive. I rate that one about a 7.5.
That was like a 4.
That was like a 4. That was real rough.
In defense, the horses are really sliding down about halfway.
Okay, but still, like, what were we doing? What was humanity doing? Like,
Trying to, you know what? That's when there was prohibition. There was no alcohol there.
the drinking was insane during Prohibition. No.
Oh, it was, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't around.
Oh man. Cool. What up, Kelly?
We're outside.
We're outside. We got Chance with us.
Out in the wilderness.
You want to get this intro rolling?
Let's get the intro going.
I'm going to shout out to this one over there, to the camera in the back. Welcome to podcast number 6 of Generational Gap. If this is your first time with us, welcome. Please don't cancel us. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. Thanks for not canceling us in the last video. Kelly?
Episode 6.
Episode 6. What do we got, man?
October 23rd, 2021. Today in history.
What happened today in history?
Well, in 42 BC, did you know there was a battle of Philippi?
Okay, 42 BC before
It was the
cheese?
It was before cheese, yes. It was the Roman Republican Civil War.
Okay.
Brutus. Now, wait, hold on. Well, Brutus's army was decisively defeated
Brutus.
by Mark Antony and Octavian.
Antony or Anthony?
Antony.
No H?
No H.
Did they have an
Who
H in
knew?
the Greek letters?
I don't know. They were Roman, so I don't know. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Close enough.
And Brutus committed suicide afterwards. So
Because he was defeated?
I guess that's what you do back in the day.
That
Rest in peace.
out of from 53
42.
from 42 BC to 2021, nothing exciting on today has happened.
Oh, no, that's just the first thing.
Oh,
of
that's
today.
the first thing. Oh, that's the oldest
Here's
thing.
kind of a cool one. 1911. On this day in 1911, the first aerial reconnaissance mission was flown by an Italian pilot over the Turkish lines during the Turkish War.
Italio-Turkish War.
I never heard of the Italian. They didn't teach that in history. The Italio.
Were you ever taught about the Spanish Civil War
No.
during like the 30s? There was like a Spanish Civil War. It's pretty bloody.
1981. On this day, October 23rd. This is kind of funny, actually. The U.S. national debt, what was it?
5.
$1 trillion.
It,
On this day, 1981. Now we're at $30 trillion.
you said it was funny. That's scary, Kelly.
That's scary.
1981.
1981, the U.S. national debt hit $1 trillion.
So
on
from
this day.
1981, so what is that?
1776
that's 40 years, right?
1981.
That's 40 years, right? 1981 to
Yes.
2021. So it's taken us 40 years to get $40 trillion, right? Because
30 trillion, yeah.
we're 30 plus trillion now, no?
Something like that.
Because it was, I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
So
That's like $1 trillion a year of debt.
on this day, 1941 again. Was it? Oh, that was dumb. 1941, Walt Disney released Dumbo.
That's awesome. I
Yep.
don't think I've ever seen Dumbo.
On this
It's an
day,
elephant.
it's probably racist now, anyways.
Yeah, it's canceled. That's why
Somehow
I've
it's
never
been
seen
canceled. On this day, 2015, Adele released her single, Hello.
it. It's me.
It becomes the first song to get more than 1 million downloads
1 million downloads.
in the first week. Famous birthdays, born on this day.
Who's born on today?
Do you know who Marcus Agrippa is?
A singer?
No, 63 BC. I have no idea. Johnny Carson.
Is that like Lady Gaga?
I know she is. Johnny Carson, born on this day,
I know Johnny Carson.
1925.
I've known of him.
Do you know who Pele is?
Pele. He's a soccer player.
Yes, born
football
on this
player.
day. It's his 81st birthday today.
Yeah.
He's still going.
I didn't
Probably
know.
not playing much
I
soccer.
was going to say, is he still playing?
Probably not. And one of my somewhat personal heroes, because we're from the same area, born on this day, 62nd birthday, Weird Al Yankovic.
Hey.
I
Been
loved Weird Al
spending
Yankovic
most our
before he was
lives.
cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the first Weird Al song you remember? Amish Paradise?
No, that was one of his later ones.
Oh, really? That was when he was already famous, right?
Probably Eat It.
Just eat it.
Yeah. I had the tape.
Just eat
Not
it.
the CD. I had the Weird Al Yankovic tape.
That's awesome, dude. Weird Al is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have him on the podcast next week.
That'd be cool.
I'll text him.
Let me know what he says.
What's your favorite Weird Al song, Chance?
Amish
Couldn't tell
Paradise.
Really?
Do you even know who Weird Al Yankovic
I
is?
do know who he is, but I cannot name a song off.
Amish Paradise is a masterpiece.
It is. It is it's going to go down. When the aliens come and they start combing through our records,
Yeah, after
they're going to come across that and they're like,
Hey,
wow, these people were a lot smarter than we thought.
I just want to let you know that the aliens will not have the chance to go through our records because Earth goes hard.
Earth goes hard. We're going all out.
Earth goes hard. We don't mess around. So podcast number 6.
Podcast number 6.
What's up, podcast number 6?
Hi, Chance.
Chance is with us
Howdy.
today. Chance, why don't you hop on the Chance cam so we can see all of you, see everything in your.
If you're
glory.
watching this, girls, yeah,
If you're not watching this, you
He's
need to turn on
single.
your camera because look at this.
he's single.
Look at this. This guy has been diagnosed with ligma.
It's a terrible disease. If you don't know what it is, look it up. I can't really explain it to you.
If you could donate 78 cents a day to Chance Ligma Foundation.
Sarah-
I would
insert
appreciate
Sarah
it.
McLaughlin song right now.
In the arms of an angel. So what's up, Chance? Oh.
What
Yeah,
happened?
cut me off like that. I was feeling myself.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Never do that again.
So here's something cool that happened this week.
What?
I actually got a viewer submission on something to talk about. Somebody texted me.
You don't want to say hi to Chance first?
Hi, Chance. I see Chance every day.
Okay, all right. Well, I was just going to say, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Generational Gap. I know that last week we were doing technical stuff and figuring it all out.
I blame him.
I blame Chance too.
I'm now the IT guy.
No, I'm still the IT guy.
If you're the
I plug in
IT
the
guy,
cords.
and I'm still the George Soros behind this operation, what is Chance?
I'm the looks.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Dude, Chance has got the looks, man. He is a lady killer for sure. That's yes. We're still working on the transitions. Chance needs to be focused on the transitions 100%. So yeah, man, Chance is on the podcast. He's going to be the button pusher, making sure that videos are pulled up and camera angles are switched around. We have 3 camera angles now, so that's another big thing. So not only Chance has never messed with the software before, but
Yeah.
now he's got to mess with the software, all the videos and links we're doing, all of our show notes, and 3 camera angles.
If you don't follow us for nothing else, because everything's going to be completely different next week, because every week we've changed something up.
Yeah, almost every week it's been different.
Someday we're
so
going to get it.
this is
dialed in.
Yeah, one day when we figure it out. And the problem too is like the studio's not.
We're outside today, is our studio.
Well, but our studio, like we have to tear down our studio every time we set it up. So it's kind of like one day when it's perfect, we'll be like, this is it. Take a picture of everything, like memorize how this goes, and then
Gotcha.
we'll go back.
So, Chance, what camera is being shown right now?
All three of us. You can see all three of us.
Oh, everybody can see all of us all the time?
Yeah, well,
not
all the time.
Oh.
All the time. He's gonna switch between.
But right now the big one's showing us.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
Kelly's head is a little bright because there's a light coming on his head.
It's my halo.
It's a golden hour.
Coming on his head. But so we're not drinking this episode.
We're not.
We're taking a break from the drinking. Just because we go a little hard sometimes. You've gone a little hard,
I
Kelly.
got a little hard.
You've gone a little hard. I've gone a little hard now. Chances
Never hard.
We're all in AA
Chance
right
has
now.
trouble getting hard. So we're actually we're doing this during the day. It is 2:50 now. It's almost 3 o'clock already. But we're doing a daytime podcast. We're trying to switch up what time we do it because a lot of the times it's been too late. We start and it takes us an hour and a half to get set up, and then and then we film for 3 hours, and by the time we're done, it's like 11:30, and not that
we're drunk and we got to take it all down.
Right, we're drunk. We got to take it down, and we've had a long day. Or Madison. I'm not saying that she's cracking the whip or anything, but she's got a 3-month-old.
Oh, I get it.
And she's watching us get drunk, and it's like 11:30, and then she's just sitting there tapping her foot at me. And I'm like,
Exactly.
let's do this during the day on a Saturday when we have time. But it's beautiful outside. I'm really glad that the weather is just awesome here in Texas right now. What do you think it is right now? Probably
I have the technology.
What is
84 degrees?
84 degrees. Nice. Okay. 84 degrees, but it's breezy. It's 84 degrees.
It is.
It's so breezy. We got
According
a nice fan
to
going.
my Apple Watch, it's 84
Awesome.
degrees.
Cool. So the weather's good. We're doing this on the daytime. We're not drinking. We're drinking water today.
Water.
If we do it in the morning, maybe we'll drink some coffee. I assume we'll probably drink some beers on a different podcast. You know what I mean? Down the road. But yeah, I think when we center this whole podcast as we all sit here and drink and stuff, it gets a little rowdy sometimes. And
Sometimes.
As it goes on later in the night.
Yeah, the
Slur
further,
ass
the further the podcast goes, we're all professional and got all these things, and then by the end we're just like, no, that's not good. So, yeah, so we're taking a break from that, but
Taking a break.
Break me off a piece of that.
Are we ready to kick it
cream.
off? Are we ready
Let's
to
do it.
go?
What do you want? You want to go first?
I got a viewer submission I was saying earlier.
Oh, okay,
Somebody
yeah, go ahead.
texted me something to talk about.
Who texted you? Can you say their
I
name?
give him a shout out. I'm not KJ. Jeffco County.
Shout out, Jeffco. Our friends from Jeffco.
Before I get into this, I got a little thing of Jeffco County. That's Jefferson County, Missouri.
Yeah.
Today in Jefferson County, Missouri was the 6th annual meth cookout at Fox High School. Is that right?
Fox High School.
Fox
That
High
was
School.
today.
That is supposed to be going on right now.
You sent that to me a couple weeks ago. You sent that to me on
I
Facebook.
wonder how many people actually showed up.
That's so funny. Probably
If you look at the Facebook page, 30,000 people RSVP'd.
I don't think there's 30,000 people in Jeffco, are there?
I couldn't tell you.
I have never been there. I don't know.
But that's what it said on Facebook.
That's hilarious.
So,
Chance is from Jeffco, Jefferson County. You want to talk to Jefferson County?
sorry you missed it.
I know. I RSVP'd. I had my own tent, but decided to move to Texas.
You guys know
Join
what
rehab instead.
you want to know what my secret, the secret recipe is for my meth?
What's the secret recipe, Carter?
It's chili pea.
Chili pea.
Got to put some chili pea in that meth. Yeah.
Gotcha. I like Skinny Pea from Breaking Bad.
No, Skinny
Speaking
Pea
of
doesn't put that. That's Jesse.
Oh.
Jesse puts the chili pea in there.
Ah, nice.
Weird. They have chili pea, skinny pea, dirty
Pea.
knee. Look at D.
All right. Wow.
So what is your
All
viewer
right.
submission?
Did you see this lady is suing Geico? Why is she suing Geico? Go ahead, ask me.
I feel like people sue Geico all the time.
Oh, no, not for this.
Oh, okay. For what?
Oh, he hasn't brought it up
No,
yet.
he hasn't brought it up. Go ahead and
Okay.
talk about it, though.
This lady is suing Geico because she caught an STD in their car.
Hold on, Chance. You're going to have to copy this. Sorry, Kelly. We got to do a little training here.
God dang
You have to
it,
copy
Chance.
that and drop it in there because I bet it's opening up on the other browser tab. There you go.
All right. So this woman is suing Geico. She had sex in a car
Yeah.
with a guy.
Missouri woman sues
Okay.
Geico.
So this woman had sex with a guy in his car, and he gave her HPV. Right?
No way.
So just scroll down a little bit. So they're calling him MO and MB. So she sued him and won.
Yeah.
Sued him and won $5.2 million. Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't have $5.2 million. So she turned around. It was the sex happened in a car. She sued his insurance.
Is that okay? But that doesn't have anything to do with his insurance.
I think that's why this is kind of a funny thing.
Do we have a picture of the woman?
No,
Of the plaintiff?
No. Who was diagnosed with, sent a demand letter to Geico seeking $1 million.
Was it like a ransom letter, like all the letters were cut
And
out?
Geico's basically like flipping her the finger,
Yeah,
like,
well-
that's not how this works.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works at all.
So he has his car insurance, if I remember correctly, through Geico, but he
Right.
also has his umbrella policy. Umbrella
Yeah.
constitutes everything.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking at Chance when I'm telling that story. So she went after that, and Geico's like, well, the umbrella policy only covers things related to your vehicle, right? Well, having sex in a car is not a actual crash, but I don't know. It's going to court. So
No, it's a can't. It can't. There's
I
no,
know.
because
It's not going.
because that,
It's not going
with that
anywhere.
same rationale. It's like if I murdered you, if you murdered me in your house, Madison could sue you because sue whoever your home insurance is.
you can do that. You know how I know? Ask O.J. Simpson.
What?
O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of
Right.
the murder.
Right.
The two people, Nicole Brown's family and Ron,
Yeah.
sued him in a civil case and won like $12 million.
But from the insurance, they sued the insurance.
Not the
company?
insurance, but him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
Oh.
so that's what I'm saying is like, if you murder me, yeah, we can go after you, but we couldn't go after your home insurance.
Yeah, I know.
If you murder me in your house, like
No, not an insurance person.
I am. I know a lot about insurance. I'm actually going to call my insurance because of a tree.
And ask him?
Because of yeah, call me. Hypothetically speaking,
If
I'm
I
about
got
to. I was about to murder somebody. Could they come back and sue me later on?
But that was a viewer submission. I found it very interesting. And I think it's going, if you scroll down a little bit, I think there's still
Geico
fighting.
investigated the claim and found that MB said that he told MO on 3 different occasions that he had been diagnosed with HPV positive throat cancer. Throat cancer? I don't know. Dang. So he told her then. A lot of MO, MB. What is MO?
those are their
Those
initials.
the
people's
Oh.
initials.
Why can't they just say the people's name?
I don't know.
Just
Court
dox those
documents.
bitches. Dox those bitches.
Anyways, they filed motions to amend and vacate the judgment. Geico's probably got pretty deep pockets. They may throw her a couple $100,000 just to go
Just
away.
to shut up.
Yeah, it's
Well,
probably all she's looking for, really.
honestly, yeah, you got to shoot high. You got to shoot way higher than what you're looking for. because
Geico's like, well, I can spend $600,000 in
Right,
lawyers,
right,
or
right.
here's $200,000. Just
I'm going to
go
say
away.
that this case is not going to take $600,000 in lawyers.
So the person who gave this to me, thank you. If you give us an update, we'll definitely follow up on it.
That's funny.
I want to find out who MO is, though.
Wait, where is this? What county? Is this in Jeffco?
I don't think it's
Oh,
in
no,
Jeffco.
this is just in
People in
Missouri?
Jeffco don't have car
It's in
insurance.
Jackson County. Jackson County, Missouri.
That would,
Jackson County, Missouri.
that would constitute
Jackco. They're in Jackco.
In Jackco. What are we? Coco? We're in Coco right now.
Colo.
Colo. Quad.
Oh, Coco. Yeah.
Coco.
Sorry. You're right.
Collin County. Coco. Coco. Coco.
What you got?
Let me see my notes, Kit.
You going to show me something funny? Or are you going
Um,
to show me something weird?
We're going to see. Yeah, I got you. We're sharing a computer today. Oh, dude, I'm going to show you
What
this.
camera are we on right now?
We're on you.
We're on you.
Oh,
Kelly.
really? Nice. Since I'm not talking, I guess I am talking.
Sorry, Chance.
Sorry, folks. We had about an hour's worth of technical problems.
Hour, like 2.5, dude. We literally started like noon. And
To the point where
So open
they
up
have
the
to
YouTube.
share a computer
We should
right
open
now.
up the YouTube link.
All right, here we go. What do we got? Nice.
Yeah, make sure that it pulls up and then hit play. So in Singapore, they got a bug to react to a Wii remote
How'd they do that?
by yeah. Go ahead and just send it over. Yeah, and then you can go ahead. You can turn the sound off, Chance. We don't need the sound. And then you can just play it. Yeah, that'll work. So this guy from Vice, he goes to this place in Singapore. You can actually jump like into the middle of the video where, just start scrubbing, Chance. So they literally hooked up like these electrodes into the muscles of this beetle, and they just shock the beetle's muscles and like override the signals that are coming from the beetle's brain into the muscles.
I guess they don't have PETA in Singapore either.
No, dude, and I'm watching this video, and like this guy right here is so excited that he goes and he says something like he just said it right there. He said, "We've been stimulating this one for 7 days straight." And the guy's like, he's like, "What is there any like so he's asking him like, what's the energy towards it?" And he's basically saying that the beetle has to be fed. It still needs to eat because that's where it's getting like its energy. Like the electric shocks going into the muscle of the beetle aren't keeping it alive. Like it's still using its own energy, but it's just literally overriding the like neural, information going from the brain. Yeah, the pathways. It's just interrupting from the, all the different.
Please tell me they're going to take like an Xbox controller.
They do.
No way.
So they can here in a couple seconds. First, they're just demonstrating that like using actually like a Raspberry Pi. They're literally using a Raspberry Pi to control the motion. And he's like, if I press this button, it's speed 1, and you can see like its arms are like kind of doing one of these numbers. And then he's like, if I press this button, it goes faster. And they have like a bunch of different literally speeds for it. But here in a second, you'll see they're going to get it to fly.
Did Dr. Fauci fund this?
Yeah, there's no PETA in Singapore. I'm just going to jump to here. So they move over to here into this room where they can fly the beetle with a Wii remote. You blow on the back of the beetle to get the wings started, and you throw it, and then wherever your controller like moves, the beetle will go with it. So he does it here in a second.
Are they doing this so they can strap bombs to it?
So yeah, like I don't know what they're doing. This was in 2018. This was published. I was just goofing online the other day and came on this video. I was like, holy crap!
Somebody actually steps on the beetle. I'm like, oh crap!
That was $20 million. Well, it's just a beetle. Watch him. So he's got a Wii remote.
No way.
And I think the first time he kind of messes up, but see that? He just blows on it and like triggers the wings of the beetle going.
So he's blowing a beetle.
He's actually blowing up a beetle's ass. Dude. He's like, wah! And he's controlling. So it's rudimentary, right? It's not like he goes, it worked.
As the beetle crashes into the...
Yeah, it's like, I told it to go to the floor, and it went to the floor. Yeah, I told it to crash into the ground. Look at that. He's controlling that. He's telling it to move around. So that's
crazy.
That's freaking crazy, right? I mean, go ahead, Chance. I just want to get out of the way. So crazy funny. I'm like sitting there laughing like this beetle's like getting like brainwashed. Like that is literally getting brainwashed, right? I mean, they're using simple binary electrical.
Just resetting its neurological paths, right?
Yeah, I mean, as you tell your brain to pick up the glass, like there's all that's happening is the right part of your brain is sending an electric signal to the muscles in your arm. They're literally just like interfering those muscles or those like pathways of the electricity and just sending their own signals. Could you imagine if they were doing that to humans? I mean, this was in 2018. Well,
have you ever seen the brain surgeons? Because you got a lot of brain surgeries. You got to stay awake for it. Do you know that?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You can't like go to sleep.
You can't go to sleep because they're like
night.
So I've seen the videos.
Yeah.
And like the person's like sitting there,
Yeah.
They can't move or nothing.
Right.
But they'll be like talking. The guy will have or girl will have the top of their head taken off, like you can see their brain, right?
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
And the doctor
can't feel a thing.
They can't feel a thing.
Yeah.
And the doctor's talking to them, and and the doctor will take like a little probe and they'll be like, well, today's
really,
and they take it off and they just start talking again.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Or
they'll
hit
just
something,
interrupt the information path,
and they'll hit like somewhere in the brain, and the arm will go up.
If only I knew how to send a document to your printer. Honestly, I would be happy. I wouldn't if I could send like a document.
20 minutes on the printer today.
I don't know what the deal with that thing is.
Oh my gosh, I'd Honestly, I always get so mad I don't know how to work a printer. But I was just thinking, like, dude, if we can do that to a bug, obviously this beetle is not as sophisticated as
We could do it to like
humans.
cheetahs and jaguars and pumas.
We have an
and
animal
lions,
army.
and do what?
and just set them into war. Like dudes will be back there with their Xbox controllers, like going, put guns on them.
Let all the people who are furries control them.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's my spirit animal.
I live vicariously through this cheetah that I'm completely hijacking its brainwaves.
I don't think PETA would let us send animals into war.
So yeah, and that's so funny you say that, because I was thinking the same thing. There's no, actually, but okay, you have to think in the United States we do extensive tests on like animals, monkeys. We don't do it on dogs anymore because dogs are our friends. But we used to test on monkeys. We still test the shit out of rats.
Dude, we
right?
sent monkeys into space. Like, here, jump in this.
Why do they always test a
Jump in
rat?
this rackonaut.
A rackonaut.
Astronaut rocket. Jump in this rocket and go.
Usually just called a spaceship, but astronaut rocket.
We call them rockets back in my day.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now I equate rocket with like weapon, so I have to say like spaceship. Spaceship.
Anyways.
Why do we test on rats? You know how like they test the vaccines and stuff through rats, like,
I don't know.
and then they're like, yeah, it didn't kill the rats, so
Maybe that's where they
Let's put it
start.
in
They
people.
move up to something
let's,
else.
let's move to no. That's what they do. They start on rats and they move to humans. But I'm just kind of like, if
I'm going to
rats
find
and
this,
humans are got to be different, right?
I'm going to find this documentary for you. It was about this doctor who he takes these people with incurable cancer,
right.
and the long story short was they recognized the tumor, and I'm by no means am I a doctor here, if I remember correctly. So when your body would fight off the tumor if it recognized it as a foreign thing, right?
Right.
So the tumor like hides itself as like, hey, I'm a good cell kind of a thing, right?
Well, the tumor comes from yourself, so it's hard to
So
recognize
this
as a foreign thing.
doctor he was injecting people with, God dang it, I wish I knew.
God dang it.
It was some disease.
Yeah.
It was like one of the most, I remember them saying they were looking for the worst disease that they can give you, but still cure. So for shits and giggles, let's say they were giving you the Black Plague, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Right? I don't remember but they would inject the Black Plague into the tumor. Well, now your white blood cells are like, oh, that's not right. Let's go attack this thing.
Yeah.
And so the first person they did it to, this lady had like inoperable brain cancer. She was going to die. And they're
down to do anything, right? Like I would be down to do literally anything if I had a disease.
And so they injected it right into her tumor. Well, then your white blood cells are like, hey, that's not a regular cell. And they would go and attack the tumor and eat the tumor up or whatever it does.
Right.
And she got cured.
That's crazy.
So then they went to like, okay, how much of this can we do?
Yeah.
They're working on doses.
Yes.
So they doubled the dose.
Right.
And went to the next person in line, did the same thing, injected them with whatever they did.
Right.
Cured.
Really?
Went to the third. They doubled it again.
How old is this? When was this?
It was on like 60 Minutes, about 3-4 years ago.
Okay, it's like isn't like 1970 like.
So they went to the third. So they doubled the dose again for the third person. Yeah, that was too much. We got to back.
Pull it down.
So we got to back it back down a little bit. But it was amazing. They had cured like 8 out of 10 or something like that. People have inoperable cancer
By giving them like a disease that their body like.
It was the worst disease that they had a cure for, because afterwards they had to go cure the disease.
Right.
So it was
not
very
the Black Plague. I don't think.
Have they cured the Black Plague?
I don't think we have. I don't think we can. I don't know.
Anyways,
isn't that crazy? Like we're seeing that now, like with the vaccines and stuff. Like what the vaccine does, right? A general vaccine gives you a little bit of the virus and teaches you how to fight it, right? Like rather than.
Yeah, it gives your white blood cells the ability to like, okay, I know what to fight this with.
Yeah.
It's kind of a thing.
Yeah. So now we're just changing our DNA.
No, we're not YouTube. Don't cancel us.
I love the vaccine.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I like the vaccine. I wish I could have more of them.
You can. There's a booster coming. Actually, you know what they said the other day? You can. So I have Pfizer. You have Moderna.
Hey, don't be disclosing what I have, dude. Come on. People are going to come for me.
We can swap now. I can go get the Moderna.
We can vaccine swap.
Vaccine fluid. Your vaccine fluid.
I'm non-binary vaccine.
So who knows? There's so much misinformation out there. I don't know who to believe except
my vaccine identifies as the Moderna, the J&J.
I'm a Pfizer guy.
Man, that J&J got a bad rap.
It did, and now I guess
you know
it's doing
what?
pretty good. I guess
There was only
I don't know.
There
Who
was only a
knows?
couple people who actually got sick with those blood clots. Remember like
6 or 8 women,
and they were like pregnant women, like 6 like pregnant women got that, and then they got blood clots, and it was like everyone, if you take the J&J, you're getting blood clots. It's like, ooh, you know, and then it comes out, it's like just a couple women, you know what I mean?
Well, let's just say there was 10 million people who took it, and 6 people got blood clots.
Yeah.
You take that same 10 million people.
Mm-hmm.
How many people got blood clots just
Without
in a
it,
regular
who
day?
Were gonna get the blood clots in the, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. We live in a really weird time where you can't believe anything. I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and he was talking. I was laughing so hard because he made such a good point. Like, I'm not going to talk about vaccines or any of the stuff that he's talking about lately, but he was just like, stop all science. Stop all science right now until every single scientist in the world comes back and says masks work or they don't work. Like,
yeah.
it's so crazy that we're still like. People talk about this, like, just about the masks. Like, do they work? Do they not work? Like, how are we the most advanced civilization in the world, and we still have open debate on, like, do masks work? You know what I mean?
I got the. You led me straight into a perfect segue.
Really?
Yes.
Chance has not pulled it up yet.
No.
I don't want to yell at Chance during the podcast, but
So while he's pulling it up, there's this girl at Starbucks. Have you seen this?
no,
In the drive-thru.
no. Anything with Starbucks, I can't.
I mean, I like Starbucks. I think they're. Here in Texas, do you got to wear a Starbucks?
Did
You
you
got to wear a mask in Starbucks here?
Kelly? Is this a TikTok?
It's a TikTok.
But is it a link or is a?
No, it should be a TikTok.
Okay, then we should be able to just drop it in here, Chance.
God dang it. We are currently hiring a new producer.
You didn't give me a link.
You didn't give him a link.
I'm sitting there.
You know, Chance, what we can do? Remember I made this one? Now, the one thing is...
Oh, yeah, I gave you a link. I'm looking at it right now.
You have a mask?
No, I don't.
I can give you one.
You can give me one?
I can give you one.
Why do
I need you to wear a
Is
mask.
it showing? Okay.
So you can hand me a mask,
I can hand you one, yeah.
but you can't hand me the drink without a mask?
You've got to wear a mask.
How does that make any sense?
What?
That's what I just need you to wear a mask. Do you mind?
Well, if you can hand me a mask, why can't you just hand me the drink?
Oh
I can
my
hand you the
God.
mask.
See, that's like...
It's called
That's
COVID
called,
lunacy on full display.
That's crazy.
So the girl was going through
Because the guy,
Starbucks.
you know what, the guy, like, and I'm tired of it. Like, the people are being like, don't blame the workers. Don't blame the employee. He's just trying not to lose his job. You know what, guy?
Yeah.
You're the asshole. You could just give the chick the drink and be done with the interaction and go on with your day. You don't need to, you have to wear your mask. I get that. No, I totally understand. If you think she needs to be wearing her mask, you think she needs to be wearing her mask. But the interaction is done and over with. You're not God. You're not in charge. No one elected you. You have no power. You're a dude working at a fucking Starbucks. If you would have just given her the drink and then moved on, the interaction is over. This isn't a video.
So
We're not talking about it.
He would not hand her drink, but he would hand her a mask to put on.
It's
stupid.
And that's what it's just. I cannot deal with the illogicalness of people. I'm tired of it. I'm no longer going to pander to the people that want to live in Narnia.
Yeah.
The people that want to, dude. When we were at the farmers market this morning, and we are outside. First off, there wasn't a whole lot of booths. It was actually like a really kind of scaled down one. Like there was one booth, and then there was like maybe 25 yards. You know how it's that loop right over there? It was like a booth, 25 yards, another booth, 25 yards, another booth. And then there was like no one there. Like, in terms of what it could have been. It could have been, Luke Bryan concert. Could have been like a Go Branding fund.
Jeez.
Could have been a NASCAR event or something. But no, there wasn't a whole lot of people there. So it was really low key. There wasn't a lot of booths. There wasn't a lot of traffic. And like this whole family, they're just walking outside together with their masks on. They're staying away from people and they're wearing their masks. And that's totally cool. Do
I'm
it.
not judging you. If you
I'm
want
not
to do
gonna,
that,
and I'm not going to say anything.
I am judging you, but
I'm not going to go out of my way to walk up to him and be like,
Yeah.
did you know that literally what you're doing is stupid?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that. Of course, I'm going to have those feelings because I have my own opinion on wearing masks outside in the sun.
you know the box the masks come in, the blue cloth ones?
Mm-hmm.
It says does not stop COVID on it. The box says that.
I heard about that from a friend of mine. Yeah, so
You know,
you have to put your mask on. Well, I don't have a mask. Just give me the fucking drink, dude.
exactly.
Don't cause a scene. That's his moment. He is so fragile. He's living such a fragile life. He's so
That's his virtue signaling moment.
yeah, right. It's his moment to be, on the right side of history, right? That's what they think. Oh, we're going to be on the right side of history on this one because I told people to wear their mask. And I was, I care about your grandma more than you care about your grandma. Guess what, dude?
My grandma don't wear a mask.
My grandma don't wear a mask either. You know what I mean? Like, that's my family's choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my family's choice. It's our choice. I don't understand, and I'm getting tired of it, man. I'm getting tired of it. I've had only a few people tell me about masks, like come up to me
I
and
don't
be
think
like,
I've ever had.
you need to be wearing a mask. And you know what? Like I told the guy, I remember the guy was like, I was walking down the street with my dad when my dad was in town. And
In Texas.
we were in Texas. We were at the square. And he's like, saw me and my dad walking. And there's no one else wearing a mask, by the way. This guy is the only guy. I mean, there's maybe him and another person. We're talking about a crowded street. We're talking about like a full, public. He crosses the street and walks up to me and my dad with a mask on and like gets in our face. I mean, he was closer than you and I. My dad and I are probably standing like, Chance and I. And he's closer than you with his mask on. Do you know you guys are killing people? You need to put your mask on. I'm like,
Dude,
dude,
just get on with your day.
go away.
Go away.
You're getting in my space. If the social distancing and stuff, where'd that go?
Yeah,
Why aren't we talking about social distancing anymore?
we're not.
That's what you should have told that guy. Sorry, can you stand 6 feet away from
We
me?
did. That's what that's what we told him. We were like, dude, like you're way too close to me. Like,
No one has ever said a thing to me.
really?
Oh, I've definitely had.
That's
people
because you're
say
really
things to me.
you're really tough looking, Kelly.
I am.
Intimidating.
Is that what it is?
I'm intimidated
Were you intimidated?
by you.
So you wouldn't come up and say something to me?
No.
I mean, literally,
would say,
nobody has
"Excuse
ever
me,
come
sir."
up to me, and I
Do
guess
you know that you're going to contract ligma if you don't wear a mask?
What's ligma?
But I mean, I wear my mask where I'm supposed to wear my mask. And now I live in Texas, so I've not worn a mask in a year, probably, except like when I'm at the airport or I'm on an airplane. But like going into a restaurant or no, I'm good. I'm solid. Whose cigar are you smoking?
The South Carolina, the one that Randy gave me.
Oh, nice.
They're not bad. Oh, Signature Collection.
The
SC.
signature. Did you pay
SC.
extra for that?
No, I don't know what they are.
All right. But I have a way to cure all this, to bring everybody back together. So we can actually, there's so much misinformation. I have a cure or something I think that will bring everything to light.
What is it?
Saturday night debates. Think about it.
What's that?
So let's just say,
Is it a real thing?
no.
You want to start it?
I want to start this. I think this would be phenomenal. So if you have, how can I say this?
Two people.
Two people.
Two birthing people?
So let's just pick masks, okay?
Okay.
And one person says you need to be wearing a mask, and the other person says masks don't work. Let's have primetime Saturday night television and have a political debate, and everybody can watch it, present their evidence, and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's something that we could do. We could start that because obviously the network television is not going to do that.
Oh no,
Because they're not going to. Why they would have done this already. They would have already, put in place Saturday night debates.
Yeah.
They used to, right? Like, you used to be able to see people debate ideas on talk shows and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, and they would actually give them their time. They wouldn't be dicks. They would have, like, you know, real
Like a
discussion.
formal debate.
Yeah, but not just this like 2-minute segment on The View where they bring in
The View is not
no,
a
but I'm
debate by any
saying I'm saying, you know, I don't know what the talk shows are, right?
But that got me going down an idea here, thinking, what would be big time, like, who would we want to see debate? And I came up with a few.
Okay.
AOC versus Candace Owens on any topic. Who wins that?
I wouldn't want to hear either of them talk.
Oh,
I
Candace
don't know
Owens
if I would tune into that one.
Candace Owens would slay her.
I don't think so, dude. Candace Owens is
Are you kidding
I
me?
think it'd be 30 minutes of going nowhere.
yeah,
Are you
exactly.
kidding me?
No, no.
Candace Owens
Dude,
would wear her
Bro,
out.
but that's not who I want to hear debate.
okay. You don't have to watch that one.
But I want people who are actually smart to debate. I don't want
You're
two
not telling
idiots.
me Candace Owens is
No, she's not.
Oh,
the only
God.
reason she's
my respect for you just went down.
why?
She's one of the smartest people in the country.
No, she's not.
That is an opinion, and I have my opinion that she is. Okay? You just think AOC's hot is why you want to watch
No,
it.
I think AOC is a fucking idiot, and I think that Candace Owens is
Why?
a fucking
Why is
idiot.
Candace Owens an idiot?
The only reason she's famous is because she got bullied in high school and made a big deal about it.
Okay, and she parlayed that into...
A career on a bunch of talk shows. Did she
Okay.
not?
Okay, and does she not make...
What has she done?
She's
What
testified
has
in
she
front of
done?
God. You know what? Next week, I will bring up Candace
No,
Owens'
but what has
best
she done?
moments.
What has she done? Right now,
Huh?
what has she done? What has Candace Owens
What do you
done?
mean? What has she done? What has she done? What do you mean? What has she done?
But I'm saying, what has she done
She
that makes
debates
her
people. She goes. She tours. She gives speeches.
I don't think
and
that she's the right
and
person.
at every one of her
you want to have
speeches-
Saturday night debate. You want
Okay, well,
smart
give me
people.
somebody better there,
I
Smarty.
don't know fucking smart people.
Okay, well,
though.
then-
not a bunch of talk show pop people that are in the news cycle every fucking day.
AOC's not a pop show talk person.
Yes, she is. She's literally
she's
a
a
TV clown.
fucking U.S. Congress
okay
person.
Okay, but guess what? She is a news cycle like inflammatory person. All they do is cause
but,
drama.
okay, what has she done? Oh, I don't know.
Nothing.
For along your theory,
Nothing.
she's just a fucking bartender who's made her way up to the United States
That's
Congress.
what I'm saying. She's an idiot.
She is an idiot.
I don't
Candace
want to hear
Owens-
her thoughts.
Okay.
I don't want to hear these dumb people. I want people who are.
Okay, well, tell me somebody better then.
I don't know. I don't want idiots like them.
Tell me somebody better.
I'm
this
tired
is
of
like,
listening
This
to
is
them
like
talk.
getting
They're
a
the
woman
people-
to figure out somewhere to go to eat. I don't
Okay.
want to eat there,
Whoa,
but
okay,
I
well,
don't
let's
want to
have
go
a
there.
conversation. Let's not.
Oh,
Okay.
no, let's just say you're saying.
Okay. What
let's
do they
a
have to say?
conversation.
What are they going to say?
I don't know. I just think it would be a great debate from a
I don't think it'd be a great debate
socialism.
at all.
Socialism.
I don't think it'd be a great debate at all.
Socialism would be a great debate.
Get two professors that have studied it their whole lives.
That would not bring the people in. I'm talking about you need people.
No, don't make
star
it
power.
WWE Raw.
Oh my God, Carter!
I'm
Punch him right in the nuts.
just listen. Like, okay, let's.
Okay, here's one.
Hold
Here's
on,
a better
shut
one.
up.
No,
Let me
fuck
say-
you.
no,
Here's a better
listen.
one.
Let's do
Ilman
Saturday Night.
Amar. No,
idiot.
Ilman Amar
No,
versus
let's stop bringing these people who are already
Ilman Amar versus Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. I'll take.
Ilman Amar, Muslim versus Ben Shapiro, Jews.
See, they can
There we
talk
go.
about that. They can
Okay,
talk about that.
Why did you get so inflammatory when I fucking said Candace Owens?
I just think that she's stupid.
Well, you went like 0 to 1,000, like out of the bed.
I'm just saying. Listen, let me finish my sentence.
No, fuck you.
Okay, let me finish my
Fuck
sentence.
you.
Okay, because you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. No, you don't want to hear it. You want to do Saturday night debate, right? Why?
I think
What is the purpose of Saturday
I
night
think it would be
debate?
two great people. No, not so. I think two people with completely contrasting views, have them debate, and these two people are two people from totally different sides,
Right.
that are trying to bring their point of view into the light and let them go at it.
Wouldn't Saturday night debate be good for the people to be able to hear two sides of ideas? Right?
That's what's going to happen.
Okay. Why don't we stop bringing the fucking idiots from the circus? Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, AOC, Ted Cruz, Nancy Pelosi, all the people that are in the fucking media already that literally feed us bullshit all day long. Literally all of them feed us
Those are
bullshit.
some of the smartest people, most
Candace Owens
well-researched
is
people.
not some of the smartest people in the world.
Okay, well,
Ben
I'm going
Shapiro's
to
really
just
smart.
because you say it, Carter, doesn't make it true. We
know.
have
No, I
the
know.
ability to disagree with each other.
I'm not saying
you
you're
can
wrong.
sit
I'm not
there
saying
all
you're wrong.
day and
I'm
keep
just
on
telling you
saying
she's
she's
a
a
fucking
fucking idiot, and she's not, in
Okay,
my
that's great.
opinion.
No, that's cool. I'm
Okay,
not telling
but you
you that
just
you're
cannot
wrong.
discount
I'm not telling you she's
everything I
wrong.
said just because you don't fucking like her.
I don't like her. I
Okay.
don't think. I think.
But
That's
just
stupid.
because you don't like her, you can't give me a reason why you don't like her because she
I've
got
listened to her
bullied
talk
in
before.
high school.
No, I've listened to her talk before.
Yeah, have you heard her testify in front of Congress?
On what?
Racism. So
No.
you don't even know that she's testified in Congress several times on racism. So, anyways, let's go to someone else.
No, I don't want. I want to keep talking. I mean, why you just want to jump off?
Well, I don't know what else do we have left to say about
I
it.
don't know. It's fucking stupid.
What else do we have to say?
I-
you went 0 to 100.
All
pretty
I'm
fucking
saying
quick.
is, why do you want to bring the pop stars of the world back on when we should? If you want to have Saturday Night Debate, let's move away from the pop stars. Right? Is Candace Owens the pop stars of conservatism?
No, she's not
Yes,
a pop
she
star.
is. She's the fucking.
When
woman
you say
Ben
pop
Shapiro.
star, that's a derogatory term.
That's what I'm saying. It's a derogatory term.
You're trying to say things derogatory about her.
I am. I'm saying Ben Shapiro, all the people, all those people. I think that-
Okay, so you want to bring a history professor on,
yes, someone
From
who's
where?
actually smart,
somebody who's actually smart,
someone who's actually someone who's actually studied in the concept or the field. That
or we
we're
can have
talking
people
about.
who've lived it, not studied it, lived it.
Okay,
How's that?
whatever. Fine.
You would rather bring somebody
Fine.
who's studied it than has actually lived it. Let's bring up racism. You think Candace Owens has?
So why would AOC be the person to talk about
we don't
racism?
have to bring fucking AOC in. We can bring somebody else.
I'm just saying your pairing of Saturday night, it just sounds like you're trying to get Saturday Night Raw. You're trying to get views. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like another thing to just get views.
Oh my god.
What? I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think that's a terrible idea.
Okay, cool. You don't have to watch. When I make $1 billion on it, you don't have to watch.
Right, and it's going, and I don't care. Like, sure, it would bring in people. People would watch it, but that's not the point. I want to see unity, not bringing other people that are just.
I want to bring people that bring different opposing views, have them give their information, and so we can see who's right.
Okay, let's bring them in. Call them up right now.
I don't have their number.
Oh fuck. God damn.
God damn. What do you got?
I'm going to talk about someone who
Stupid idea.
shouldn't be talking about something because
Stupid idea.
they might not be. See,
What do you got?
there's no links on this one. It's just
Come on, Chance.
I want to talk about somebody who is famous and I don't think should be talking about something they don't know anything about.
Okay, who's that?
Bill Gates. I'm reading Bill Gates's How to Avoid a Climate Disaster
I agree.
book.
I can agree with that.
This is my example of something that I'm talking about that I don't want people who are not
experts.
all I'm trying to say is that Candace Owens is not the expert in the field that I want talking about. That's all I'm saying.
About
all,
what?
All I'm
We never
saying.
brought up
literally anything.
racism in America.
That's
I
fine.
think as a
She's
black
not,
woman, she
that's
may know something
it's
about
an anecdotal
racism.
story, though.
How
That's
do you know? Well, any
I'm just
black
saying- I'm
person
just-
that we bring up will have a anecdotal story.
I'm just saying. This is all
Maybe
I'm
we
saying.
should have a
I
white
don't want-
professor who studied slavery. bring
And
it up.
honestly, I would rather listen to that person than Candace Owens.
Okay, I would rather have a person who's actually lived through it.
I would rather hear somebody who's studied the concept as a whole than listen to Candace Owens talk about her experience. Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
Chance, I hit a fucking nerve with Candace Owens.
I'm just saying because I don't. To me, she's this flare in the conservative red pill woke society that I think is nothing but another money grabbing person.
Man, you don't know anything about her. Then
Where
where have you seen her?
I've
what do you
seen
watch
her-
on?
I've seen
What have
her-
you watched her on?
YouTube. I've seen her
Seen her on
videos.
YouTube.
I've seen her talk before. Okay, I can't pull up anything because I didn't know you're going to bring this up, so I don't have a bunch of Candace Owens shit coming out my ass. I'm just saying I would rather listen, even if it's a white professor, an Asian professor. I don't give a fuck who it is. I want to listen to somebody who has studied the history and the overall, the macro of the concept for a lot longer than Candace Owens has studied racism.
I think she's probably discovered it her whole life. So
But
I could tell you about World War II, Carter. I could tell you all about it, how we invaded.
Okay, but I don't want you to do a debate on
Or
it.
we could bring people in that were actually in World War II and tell you what really went on. Not what some white guy studied in a book.
I don't want, just because you went and, okay, I fought in World War II. I fought in World War II. That doesn't mean I have the qualifications to go do a debate on the whole concept of World War II. Maybe.
We never, what's funny is you went ballistic on Candace Owens even before we decided what the subject was about.
Okay, that's fine.
Even
I don't
before,
like it.
even before it was about.
But
I would have. I would
you're
not.
just going on Candace.
I
I'll
would
talk
not
about
have.
AOC as well.
I would not have AOC on there talking to Candace Owens about racism.
I
Those
wouldn't
two
either. I
that
wouldn't
was
have
not
them
what I
talk
was
about
going
anything,
at.
though.
I was going for two people on completely different sides of a spectrum debate about something and see where it went. And you immediately just went ballistic.
Not on Candace Owens. AOC too. Any of them.
All I was trying to get
I get it. I get what you're saying. You want to do the
But you
Saturday
immediately
night
like,
thing.
I don't want to hear a fucking thing Candace Owens has to say.
I don't want to hear a thing Candace Owens has to say. I don't think she's an expert in any field. People that debate should be experts in their field.
So you don't think Candace Owens may have something to say about being black in America?
No, she might have something to say, but I don't think she's the person to be debating about it.
So a white professor who studied racism would be a better person.
Yes, because they've studied multiple facets of it.
We're going to, and that's fine. It's America.
That's fine. I'm just saying I don't like the
this
people
is
you
making
chose.
for bad podcast,
Why?
but
We're
we
just talking.
completely disagree.
Why is this making for a bad podcast?
Because
we're just discussing
we
it.
need to move on to something else.
Why? We can only talk for a couple minutes on something and we have to move on?
I don't know. Let's have a Saturday night debate about how long we should stay on a topic.
Now you're just being an ass, dude.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
We were talking.
You're not listening to me. All I'm saying is I don't like those people. I'm down for this Saturday night debate. Okay. I've thought about doing it here.
Bill Gates.
But I don't want to talk about Bill Gates. I want to talk about this thing. If we're not done talking about it, why do we have to move on? All right. What? I mean,
continue. I think we've beat this dead fucking horse over and over here. If you would like to continue, I think we've beaten this dead horse.
I don't. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Who would you like to see on Saturday night debates then? Besides
I don't know.
Two professors.
I don't know.
Okay. I still love you.
I still love you. I don't know what, I just don't, that they are a part of the machine that's destroying us. That's why I'm so upset. That's why I'm so triggered by this, because they are a part of the machine that's destroying us. Both sides are a part of the machine that is destroying us. I hate anything or anyone that stands for anything that goes to destroy us. Candace Owens might not be here to destroy us, but guess what? She's not helping with the whole situation.
Okay. I disagree.
She is someone on the far side. AOC is on the far side. They just go at each other all day, and they just create fucking clickbait ads all day long and talk about bullshit.
Okay.
I just don't think that they're actually a part of the solution.
Okay.
And Saturday night debates needs to be a part of that solution.
I understand. Here we go. Here's my warm. I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with it by any means that she's part of the fucking problem by any means. I believe her and people like her are part of the solution, is what I feel. And I'm not saying I'm right. Not saying I'm wrong.
Yeah, sure.
But I completely
That's why
disagree with what you said. And you are very
I'm sorry. I'm
triggered on that.
I'm
And it
triggered on it because I
jumped-
hate those people. I hate those people more than anybody. I hate anyone who's in this public, spotlight.
Somebody's got to be the public spotlight. There's a hole to fill, and somebody's got to be in it.
And I hate all of them. They're all just they all
a
have
bunch of nobodies cannot be in the spotlight.
I know. It's frustrating, and it frustrates me. Frustrates the shit out of me.
After this, not after this, but this week,
I'll watch-
privately,
yeah.
I will show you some clips of her.
Dude,
she's phenomenal.
I bet she has some nice things to say.
And
I bet there's a lot
phenomenal.
of things that I probably agree with her on.
Yes.
But I just find her to be another one of those inflammatory figures.
I don't even think she has a YouTube channel.
Because I think she got kicked off of YouTube.
No, she's got her own show on the Daily Wire.
Yeah, I know. She got picked up by Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Right? I got that.
And I listened to her podcast, and I would highly recommend. They're very short. They're like 20-minute segments. Very good.
I'll listen to her.
Very informative.
I'll listen more, and we can come back and we have a Candace Owens discussion. But I'm just saying, that's why I'm jumping on this, because I don't think that those are the people that should be on this. You know what I mean? If we want Bill Gates, I'll move over to this next topic, but we can we could have Bill Gates come on and talk about business, or we could have Bill Gates come on and talk about software engineering. But guess what? He's not. He can go on and talk about, you know, world health because of the stuff that he does with his foundations. But I don't think that you just bring in a celebrity and have them talk at each other. I just feel like they're just celebrity figures.
Those aren't.
That's
just,
what I'm saying.
It's not like we're bringing in, you know, Brad Pitt to debate Tom Cruise about something. I mean, these are people in the field. It's what they do. I imagine she's got and I don't know. I imagine she's got a degree in political science or something like that. She just didn't come from nowhere, you know. But
okay,
anyways,
I apologize. No, I mean,
fine.
I get triggered. That's fine.
It's fine.
That's something I'll get triggered on, and I'll admit that. And
let's just this week off the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll send you some links. And she's not a YouTube person. She's got her own podcast.
And it's not just Candace Owens. Like, I know that we're getting on Candace Owens, but like, it's really anyone in that field. You know what I mean? It's anyone in that scope. Like, I know that I don't want it to seem like I have something terribly against Candace Owens. I don't have something terrible against Candace Owens. I have terrible feelings against all of those people.
Unfortunately, there has to be somewhere where we get our media.
I know,
from.
but we need new people is what I'm saying. We need new people to come in who are educated. Okay, you might not like this because you don't like their point of views, but I would think the people from Breaking Point, the guy, Sauger, I think Sauger from Breaking Points, or the guy that they bring on, Matt Taibbi, I think someone like that, I find them very informed and eloquent, and I don't find them being inflammatory.
I used to listen to Crystal and Sauger's name.
Right. I know,
and I like them.
Right.
They're okay. Where I stopped listening to him was Sauger, who's supposed to be the more conservative viewpoint
He's like
on
new
the show.
conservatism.
I stopped listening to him when I believe he said it twice over 2 or 3 different episodes about generational wealth.
And he doesn't, right.
And
they hate money.
They hate money. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Right.
they left their place to go make more money.
Right. Well,
So-
no, they left their place.
So they could say what they want to say.
Right.
And in turn, get more money.
Right. They were getting, they realized that the Hill was being funded by like Huawei kind of companies. You know what I mean? Like shady Chinese
And they couldn't
companies.
say what they wanted to
yeah.
say. But no, I agree with most of them. And I'm the kind of guy, even what's her name? Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal.
She's the girl.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the left-leaning
Yeah,
person. And like she would bring up
She's like
points.
an old Democrat kind of. You know what I mean? Like almost
exactly.
like. Yeah.
And I didn't agree. She'd say things. I'd be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. And then she would say things. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. That's not with me by any means, But she wasn't super crazy. But when the conservative on there starts talking about you should give up all your wealth to the government when you die.
Yeah, well, that's wrong.
That
That's
is
wrong.
completely
I don't agree
wrong.
with that.
He said that. And I even told you when he said
I
that.
know. Yeah, you
and I
told
said
me.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
I
keep
know.
on listening to him. Then he said it another time,
you're
and I'm like,
no,
I'm
no.
out.
Well, like, you know what it is also is like all I see, and I've seen Candace Owens talk on the Senate floor. I've seen AOC talk in committees.
She's an idiot.
Not
even smart.
Candace Owens comes correct when she comes on the Senate floor. She's got everything she's trying to say. But all I see of them is those Ben Shapiro destroys woke liberal college student compilation videos. That's all I see of them. And I don't know. I don't like that machine.
Well, do you know what that is? So that's like Ben Shapiro being invited somewhere to give a speech.
Right.
And he opens it up to the floor
Right,
for
but sure,
Q&A.
obviously Ben Shapiro is going to destroy some college kid. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes those kids, and I'm not just anybody, needs to go in there and get destroyed because they come in there thinking this and this and this. And that's not the way the world works.
I mean, I'm sorry I got, upset, whatever. But
I forgive you.
I feel very strongly about those people. Saturday debate would be great. I would love to do Saturday debate here. We would have to step away. We couldn't be a part of it.
I don't think they're ready for our podcast yet. I don't think
Hey,
we're
you
ready
want to
for
come to our
that.
house? We got a couple microphones and chances here. But okay, so I'm reading.
I did have Dr. Fauci versus Rand Paul, if you liked that one.
I'll listen to Dr. Fauci versus Rand Paul. I'm sorry. Who else did you have?
Joe Biden versus Amaze.
Who? Amaze? Yeah. M-A-Z-E?
Yeah, just like a
Cornfield,
maze,
yeah.
like a cornfield maze.
I think the cornfield maze wins on that one.
Rand Paul versus Fauci. I'll listen to them.
Yeah.
I would listen to that for sure. Rand Paul comes, he's a very smart man.
You know what we never did? The sponsor of the week.
That's okay. Let me do my bill.
Let me do your Bill Gates thing.
So I Because I like to read, all kinds
Before
of
I
things.
even
Yeah.
see this, no.
There's no videos. There's no
Okay.
links or anything.
I hate fucking Bill Gates.
And Bill Gates became the evil villain of the pandemic. Bill Gates is trying to kill us. He's trying to put nanochips. Well, that's all BS. I've heard, different things about Bill Gates that maybe like, whoa, that's weird. Like, I don't know. His parents are tied to like some like, almost like, research labs back in the day. His mom or dad was like the head of the World Health Organization.
Really? Didn't he just grow up in like a normal neighborhood?
His parents, and I'm talking out my ass on this one because this isn't a part of the book, but this is where I started my, I knew Bill Gates made Microsoft. So as a innovator, he's amazing. Like, as a computer engineer, he is he is so smart. He reads so much, right?
I'm Team Steve Jobs. Go ahead.
But Bill Gates, there's been a lot of controversy. Actually, during the pandemic, you would hear him talking about vaccine stuff, right? He became the go-to guy for vaccines, right? He became it's like, why are we asking this software engineer about vaccines? Mm-hmm. Yes, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation does do a lot in terms of distributing vaccines. He does know a lot, but he didn't go to medical school. You know what I mean? He reads a lot. I think he's a very well-read person. He probably knows a lot about the medical field, but he's not, I wouldn't bring him on to speak about vaccines, but he was on,
every show.
He was doing, YouTube. He'd be on the COVID news section on YouTube or whatever. And I was like, what the, then and Crystal and Sagar on Breaking Points brought this to my attention. I saw their episode months back when the whole thing with India was blown up, right? Like India got that variant of COVID and that's all you heard was India was just going down the toilet. We had the vaccine and they're like, hey, let's give this to India to make and distribute for the people. You know what I mean? Like, isn't this the whole purpose we made this vaccine was to, push it out there and like stop. If the goal is to stop COVID, you give it to every country that can make vaccines. And I saw videos of him getting on CNN being like, India couldn't handle getting the vaccines. India, we can't send India the vaccine because our IP. So his whole tune, him, Joe Biden, the whole news cycle was all the way like, once we get the vaccines, it's going to be open and distributed. Then once they came out, Pfizer's like, we're not giving this away. You know what I mean? This is
why? Because they would just like create it themselves.
Well, it would essentially become generic, right? If you gave the blueprints for the vaccine to anyone, it becomes a generic vaccine, right? But first off, Pfizer, J&J, Moderna, they already made more money on this one vaccine than they've made ever.
Pfizer made $8 billion last quarter.
In a quarter, right? And, so the whole tune of like, we need this to go distributed. Bill Gates gets on TV and is like, we can't give this to India, the IP and the technology, and they wouldn't know how to do it. And like Crystal and Sagar were like, yes, they do. They make a ton of our vaccines. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. I'm like, it's hard.
I'm sure it's already made in India.
His
probably.
Authority to talk on vaccines drops once he says something like that, right? It's like open. Even Joe Biden, there was a video of Joe Biden getting interviewed by a little kid with like cerebral palsy or something. It's like, Mr. Biden, if you win, will you distribute the vaccine to everybody? Oh, of course, we're going to distribute around the world, and then never gets distributed, right? So anyways.
So what does India do? Do they have their own or?
I think we sent them vaccines. We
sent them we sent them the Johnson & Johnson.
We sent them the J&J ones. Yeah, I think we did. We sent them the Johnson & Johnsons that we didn't want to use. But we would make them and then send them to them rather than just giving them a PDF. Be like, here's the, step one, And so Bill Gates has kind of become this evil villain, right? They think he's like taking over the world, all this stuff. I don't necessarily think that. I do think he's a ruthless businessman. I think that he's one of the richest people in the world. And, that's where the evil deeds come from is, he does things that are going to make him more profitable.
You don't climb to that top part of the world without stepping on some people.
So I'm reading How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. This is his new book, came out 2020, 2021, right? Just interested in it. It's about, what we need to do to stop climate change. This is going to be a hot button topic. Kelly, what do you feel about climate change?
The climate is always changing. It's ever changing.
I'm not gonna. This isn't a segment to press you on your feelings.
No, that's fine. I'll tell you if you really want to know.
Yeah, I would love to know.
I think the climate is always changing over centuries and everything. I also think that if you're going to try to affect, I'm all for clean water.
Right.
Let's do what we can to help things out. I'm all for that.
Okay.
But like was I wanting to be in the Paris Accords? Absolutely not. As the biggest waste of money ever.
Well,
until you hold
right.
Russia and India
China.
and China accountable.
No, it's China.
Yeah. I mean, why would we?
So, and that's okay. I'm not someone who's like, I believe in climate change. In this book, he talks about, 52 billion tons of CO2 or CO2 equivalents are released into the atmosphere a year. Okay. That's a fuck ton. I do think that it's going to start causing, real issues. I don't know enough about like the actual, like, I've heard that like the actual number of people that are going to die from climate change are going to, what I mean? There's going to be problems. I think that there's going to be problems down the line. That's just my opinion of it, whatever. I don't know enough to necessarily speak, to why climate change is going to happen. I think that I've noticed that like extreme weather events, I don't know. I don't think that, honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Did you know hurricanes are down 46%?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of things. It's like, I don't know. So I'm not a climate change denier. Like I do believe that if you put all this CO2 in the atmosphere, something's going to happen, right? It's going to heat up. The world's going to heat up. I don't know if that's going to be a bad thing though.
Oh, for the people in the North Pole.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Hey, like, for the people in, North Dakota, be like, yeah, I'll take a couple more degrees. I guess
what I'm saying is like, I think climate change is going to happen. I just don't know the extent to which it's going to affect the entire world. I think it might make things harder at some point. It might ruin some societies. I don't know. Yeah. Obviously that, might make me sound like an asshole, but I don't know.
No one knows.
No one knows. But here we go back. Sorry, I know that you're trying to make that transition. You had to command tab.
You know why it's hard?
That's good.
For Gen Xers to believe in climate change?
Why?
We've had this discussion.
Yeah, we've talked about
Chance, I'm going to tell you. Why it's hard for people my age to believe in climate change?
Why, Kelly?
Global warming. Notice they don't call it global warming anymore.
It's called climate change.
Now it's just climate change. Right. Before it was global warming. When I was growing up in the 70s and the early 80s, it was global cooling. We were all going to freeze to death. In 10 years, we're all going to be the North Pole.
Right.
And nothing happened.
And then it was global warming.
And then it was global warming.
Right.
And now global warming's gone and it's just climate change now.
So this so reading into the book, my first thought, like going into this, like, why is Bill Gates the guy to be able to write this like book about, climate change, whatever? He is a really well-read guy. He does invest in a lot of companies that are trying to come up with the solutions that he believes are going to change, whether it's extracting CO2 or coming up with efficient, electricity, generation or whatever it is, right? Yeah. He does offset all of his own carbon, apparently, but he has the money to do that, right? He buys like efficient jet fuel or, whatever. Okay. That's what he says in the book, right? Okay. He says that he personally...
Efficient jet fuel.
No, like made from plants. Like he literally buys jet fuel that is made that doesn't have a CO2 output. Okay. Like, and apparently, everything he does in his personal life, he offsets, the CO2. That's what it says in the book. He's pretty honest. So let's just, for the purpose of this, we're going to say that climate change is going to happen. Okay.
Okay. Play along.
Yeah. just play along with me. He's pretty honest about the hardships that we all will have to face. Or he's pretty much a realist during the book. You would think like AOC is a fucking nut.
Yes.
Right. AOC is like, no more
We're all gonna be dead
gas.
in 10 years.
No, but she's like, we need to stop driving cars. Well, we can't just stop driving cars, right? And so Bill Gates actually writes this in the book. He's like, that is such an ignorant thing to say, to just, we're going to stop writing books. And the other thing is like, okay, well, if climate change is real, the United States and Russia and not even really China, well, coming to be China, but the start of climate change was all us. It was all first world countries that, started, Europe and the United States and Russia that were using gas cars and, building these industries that were really CO2 heavy, right? The developing world has not contributed enough to climate change, right? And so that's a dick move to be like, hey, we built these first world modern countries. Now everybody in the world has to stop driving cars. You think you're going to tell, like, if the fact of driving cars will turn Africa into a first world country, you think Africa's going to stop driving cars?
No.
So he's pretty honest about, like, that is stupid. We're not just going to tell the concrete industry is not just going to stop because we're like, hey, climate change, you know what I mean? So that was pretty eye-opening that I was like, okay, well, at least he's being real. It gave him a little bit more authority, in my opinion. Like, okay, he sounds, biased. He did talk in the book. He's like, at the beginning, he's like, well, I'm not going to talk about companies that I'm invested in because I want to talk about the general ideas. I don't want to, like, boost my own companies every chapter he's like talking about his own, at my company, at this company that I'm part of, we're doing, blah, blah, blah. What was I going to say? So every single thing, every chapter, there's like a set of like 4 chapters, and it talks about where the most CO2, the most pollution is coming from. One chapter is about like how we make things. So he talks about, plastic, concrete, roads, buildings, everything that we make like takes CO2 to make, right? Yeah. The other one's about like how food is made and like all the methane that animals make and all the CO2 that's released from like the fertilizer that we have to use.
Cows farting.
Yeah, so he talks about the cows farting. So like it's like burping and fart. It's mostly like burping and stuff. Cows, when they eat all their different stomachs, to break down the grass, they actually have to ferment the grass in one of their 4 stomachs in order to digest it, which they release the methane from burping, and methane is a CO2 equivalent, and it's terrible. If CO2 heats up the earth by a factor of 1, methane increases the temperature of earth by a factor of 40 or whatever. But the funny thing is, every single chapter, he outlines all of these terrible things, and he's like, he's like, we could do this, but no one's proven that it works yet. Well, we could do this, but no one has proven that it works yet. Every single chapter is like, these are all the things we need to do, but no one's proven that it works yet, or we can't do it. And he's like, we'll do carbon capture. We'll capture carbon from the atmosphere. Well, there's only one company that does it, and we would need 40 trillion carbon capture devices in order for this to work. It's like, where are you going to do that? He's talking about, so it's just funny. If you believe in climate change, it's kind of a scary book to read because you're like, dude, we're fucked. Like, if climate change is real,
it's not.
if it's real and it's coming on, there's nothing we can do about it. You would have to, every chapter he's talking about these technologies that we need that can't come through. Solar energy can, at maximum, they think that solar energy can only gather 30% of the actual sunlight that hits it. You know what I mean? It will never get any better. And he's talking about, he's like, okay, you guys want to move to electric cars? Well, guess what? Cars and transportation is nothing in terms of the actual like emissions, the pollution that's going out there compared to the roads that we build and the build, like the concrete. When you make concrete, you have to put.
How about the power needed to generate those electric cars?
Right, and he says that too. He's like, well, what? He's like, what's the point of buying an electric car if the electricity that you're getting is coming from coal, burning coal or whatever, right? It's just a weird book, man. I think it's funny because it's this book that he's selling and probably making a shit ton of money on, and every chapter outlines a bunch of stuff that we don't have any answers to. I think that it's supposed to be like a book to like inspire people, like to go and make something, but it's
Didn't he offer $1 million to somebody for something, or was that another billionaire to figure out some? It was something.
You would need a lot more money than $1 million. You know what I mean? The money that would cost to research and develop something is, so much more. So I don't know. It's funny to listen to someone who I'm like, why are you the guy talking about this?
Yeah, he shouldn't be the guy. He should be paying the guys to go do the things to do that, but he should not.
I don't know. It's a weird book. I don't know how to feel about it yet.
Oops, sorry.
I'm interested to see if the climate change happens.
It won't.
I don't know.
It did it in 1975, so we're still here.
Yeah.
So that's why people my age are like, yeah, all right.
So what's after climate change, Kelly? What's the next one?
Oh, I don't know. Harmony.
Another disease.
Yeah, another pandemic.
Dude, I'm afraid that we're gonna have another. They're gonna do like a COVID 2.0 and see, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Another lockdown.
And yeah, I think that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna go over well with a lot of people. I think a lot of governments are like taking data on like, okay, well, this country reacted like this.
Is Australia open yet?
Yeah. That was one of my topics.
They fired that chick is the problem.
The guy stepped down too.
Like the lady who was like,
they're like
made
get
her,
out of here.
Yeah, they made her retire somehow. I don't know what she did besides being an idiot.
Public unrest.
Oh, I mean,
From public. The article I was reading, I had it in a couple shows ago. We didn't get to it, but yeah, Australia just all of a sudden they were like having like,
oh yeah,
protests like, and they're still having them in France and stuff for those open the passports, right? What is it? I don't know what they call it.
you can eat.
No, just the COVID passport to do anything, to go anywhere. You have to have a passport, showing. The videos that I'm seeing of like protests and people like they're fed up. They always got like New York Yankees hats on though. I'm watching all these videos of people protesting. They got like Red Sox hats. I'm like, so those are the Americans in Europe, right?
I talked to a guy the other day who had to go to New York City, right? And he's vaccinated and everything, but he's like, oh yeah, it's a different world up there. He's like, I'm like, so do you have to like show your card, whatever, to get into restaurants? He's like, well, you can show your card, or there's an app you can download.
Really?
I'm like, so like, there's nothing you can do if you're not. He's like, well, it's $20 is still $20 in New York City. They'll look the other way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, and that's what I'm saying. That's like that guy at Starbucks. You know what I mean? Obviously, that guy doesn't own or have any sort of stake in the well-being of Starbucks, right? But if he was working at Napoli's, you know what I mean? If the owner of Napoli's, if where we're at was locking down like New York, that guy, I would walk up to that guy and be like, hey, give me a pizza. He'd be like, here you go. Yeah. You know what I mean? He'd be like, screw this. I'm getting money. You know what I mean? I need money to survive. Like, if your income is tied to your small business doing well, like, I'm not going to comply
I think virtue signaling is a huge problem.
Right. People, making yourself seem like...
You put a black flag or whatever on your Facebook showing you support BLM or just any... Right. Okay, that hasn't done nothing.
Right.
I mean...
I'm telling you, it's like those... it's this mindset of like, I'm going to be on the right side of history on this one. I'm going to be seen as the guy that did something. You know what I mean? Like, everything to these people is... They live in this mindset, right? About like... It's always like the United States versus Nazis. Like, that's the mentality that they go at with like any of these things, whether it's COVID or, all these different rights and civil rights and stuff. It's like, if you're not on my side, then you're a Nazi and you don't deserve to have human rights. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not true. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to vaccinate your kid, or you don't want to get vaccinated yourself, or whatever it is, like, they see you as the enemy. You know what I mean? You are the enemy to those people. Like,
I don't know who, I heard it last week, and I don't know what podcast I was listening to, or somebody said it, but they're like, I know which of my neighbors would have turned Anne Frank in. And I'm like, that just kind of resounded with me. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's like, people are nuts.
People are crazy. And it's crazy to think that like, oh, well, that wouldn't happen here. It happened in Germany.
Yeah.
It happened in Germany.
They were
right?
just,
it happened all over Europe.
They were just normal people.
They went from just being people to working for the Gestapo.
It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow,
right.
That's why
it's one freedom at a time.
That's where we are.
Away.
It's one just freedom chipped away at a time.
Right.
So, anyways.
I want to go to New York. Let's do a podcast in New York.
I've been to New York. It smells like piss.
You've been to New York City.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to go to like upstate or whatever.
Is there other nice parts of New York?
Oh, yeah. I imagine like if you get outside of the city. Here's one for you. You ever been to New Jersey? When I say New Jersey, what do you think?
Suburbs.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Chance?
From what
that
I've
sounds
been,
about right.
Yeah,
just like suburbs.
Guido, like New Jersey, Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. That's really just on the
naked
shores.
people running across the beach with lifeguards.
I feel like New Jersey is the Florida of the
I
Northeast.
believe, I may be wrong on this, but there are more dairy farms in New Jersey than any other state in the country.
Yeah.
Maybe not Wisconsin, but I've been there. It's like all farms.
Once you get out of the city, right?
It's the entire country, state. It's nothing but farmland.
Yeah, our family friends lived in New Jersey, and then when I was like 5 or 6, maybe older than that. I was probably like 8 or 9. We went and stayed with them in New Jersey, and yeah, they just lived in a suburb. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I thought I was going to like the big city. You know what I mean?
It was a lot of Italians.
A lot of Italians.
I went to the beach, and we went to Point Pleasant or whatever.
Oh, was that for that wedding?
This was another time.
Okay.
Went out there. I got a friend who lives out there.
Is that where you went for that wedding?
Yeah,
New
that was Jersey,
right?
yeah.
You had a good time.
I had a great time there. But there was another time we went. They took us to the Point, Pleasant Point or something like that. There was not. So you and I grew up in California. Like, you go to the beach, you know. All right, there's people here. There's people here. There was not a foot of sand on this beach.
Really?
Not filled with people.
I couldn't do
And
that.
it was just Italians with big, just everything. It was, what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotype. It was literally, it was the stereotype that I'd seen in movies. I mean, they all had like grease back hair. They all had big chains on.
You know, that's funny.
I'm like, huh.
Growing up, like, I guess, like, watching, like, movies and things that are, like, taking place on the East Coast, and they always show, like, the beach scene, and the beaches are, like, crowded, right? They're just packed. And being in Southern California, I'm like, the beaches aren't like that. Like, here, like, I don't understand
They
that.
got more beach than they do, I guess. So.
They have more people with less space, right?
But, I mean, it was towel. I mean, just in rows. Like, how would you go in the water? You wouldn't be able to find your way back to your towel.
Also, I don't know enough, but like if you think about it, there's probably less real estate, like less like usable beach on the East Coast there, because it's kind of, you know, it's like all the different coves and
Gotcha.
Maybe it's not like beachy everywhere. You know what I mean? Maybe it's rocky and different places. You know.
We met a quadriplegic guy and drank with him all day.
What was that like?
Oh, he was cool.
Wait, quadriplegic? All four?
All four.
Well, how did he drink?
We had a straw for.
He was already drinking, or you guys coerced him to drink with you? You met him at the bar?
He was quadriplegic because he wanted to. I don't know if he could move his hands or he had this thing like high five you. He called it a quad five, where he'd be like, "Oh, you gotta." Like,
and he's like hit some part of his body.
Yeah. But he was a great dude. We got him hammered. I have a picture of him.
Have you? Okay, you know that guy. And he's like internet famous, and I've seen him on like TikTok videos. I've seen him on a bunch of YouTube videos, and he's got some crazy deformity where like he's like probably like 30
White
or something.
guy or black guy?
White guy, really like small. Like he's got like tiny legs and
Ricky,
crawls.
Ricky
super
Berwick? Is that what you're talking
Like,
about?
and like crawls and he plays
Yeah.
video games, right? He's always
Yeah.
like playing Xbox. Like it's like the clip of the girl, and she's like, "What would you do if you had an hour with me?" And he's like shuts the door and he like goes to play video. I saw a picture of someone took that guy and took a picture of himself, and I think he was wearing pit vipers, and he's sitting there and he has like a selfie, and then it's that picture of him, and then the next picture is that guy, and he's like all like messed up, and he's like, "Just got the COVID vaccine, and look what it did to me." And the screenshot is like some chick below was like, "Do you think this is funny?" And then that guy that he took the image from commented on that. He was like, "Yes."
Yeah, that guy's pretty funny.
He's super funny, and that's
Does
great.
he have
Like,
glasses?
yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
probably he reminds me of the guy from the little nerdy midget guy from Benchwarmers that lives under his mom's basement and plays
in the castle.
In the
with,
castle,
with the
yeah.
peanut butter dragons.
He reminds me of that guy, but he's so fun about it. You know what I mean? Like I would hope to say that if I was disabled like him, you know what I mean?
You would have a good.
That I would have a good sense about it and like live my life.
We still
to
have
the
that
fullest.
good spirit.
Dude, that guy's
Yeah.
thriving. He's not just
yeah.
living, you know what I mean? He's thriving. He's got great energy about it, and I love that. I don't know. That's funny. So, I don't know how we got onto that, but what's the next thing for Kelly?
I know you don't have a segment for Wild Wild Web.
I don't have a segment for Wild Wild Web.
I do.
Okay.
And Chance and I found these. Where were we? Oh, we were with Morgan. We were just watching. Morgan
Oh, yeah,
was
cringy TikTok.
cringe TikTok, like compilations on YouTube.
They're my favorite.
And we went there and
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
We're going to have to set it up again. Hold on.
can we set it up so I can sit up here?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they are everything you thought they would be. These people exist.
Kelly, all the TikToks you put on there like came up as the video.
Like you copy and pasted the video, not the link.
I did.
Hold on. We might be able to.
I don't know why
No, hold
that
on.
happened.
I'm gonna do some magic here real quick.
But these people walk amongst us.
Hold on. Let's pause real quick. I'm just gonna
Chance, this is you.
pause it. I got
Okay.
it. Okay, cool. We're ready to go. Sorry about that. We had to set it up.
Sorry, my Gen X technical difficulties.
You're good. So we're about to watch this.
So
this first video.
we set this up.
Yeah.
We were watching. We came home the other night. Morgan was watching TikTok cringe compilations on YouTube.
Okay.
And so we sat down and we're like, ooh. I had to go find all these things when I saw them. I would like to note that these people walk amongst us and they're all allowed to vote. Which one are you going first, Grandpa?
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Hey, this is how this to be your grandfather.
My grandfather?
Anybody's
okay,
grandfather.
this could be your. I thought you was like, think about this.
All right.
Is that a tattoo on his arm?
There's one. Tip cup off.
This tattoo says slut.
Oh, this one's a tight one. And there's the other one.
Hold on.
Oh, look at these titties, eh? Look at these titties.
Oh my
Jiggling
gosh.
titties, eh? Yes, eh?
Wow, man.
I love my titties. Yes, I do.
What the?
Baby.
Should we be playing this?
Pig Norm Summerton is.
Come on, man.
I am a pig. Wee, wee, wee.
That his eyes gonna pop.
Wee, wee, wee.
Oh my God.
Pig with.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, man.
They walk among us. All right.
That guy. Wait, well, you're just gonna move to the next one. First off, what are those devices?
I don't know.
Those just look like candle, like
Those suction like they put on people's backs for like
Cupping, like the cupping technique.
acupuncture or whatever.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, they do them for acupuncture.
You ever see Karate Kid? That's what they do to the Karate Kid with the cups.
No.
They
I
put-
mean, I've seen Karate Kid, but I guess I missed that
So
part.
what they do is they light a candle underneath the cup, put it on there, and then it's suction cups, and you move it around. It's supposed to be like a massage technique.
I don't
Chancellor's
like
on
watching
both
that.
sides. It's creepy.
That's creepy. Well, he was all into it, so that was his thing.
That's
That was like his.
That's
that-
only one of his videos. What's his name? Mr. Talon.
No,
Mr.
let's not.
Mr. Talon's cuckold, Miss Talon's cuckold property is what that tattoo says.
Yeah, there's a whole
Cuckold
website,
property. Wow.
TikTok that he makes. It's
Wow. And there's probably other people out there. He's probably not the only one. There's
Oh, by
9
no
billion
means.
people on Earth. He's not the only person that makes boobies. And then
On himself.
I heard he's
his
running for,
titties, that he loves these titties.
I heard he's running for president 2024.
I'm going to go
I'd
home and
vote
try
for
that.
him.
I'm going to try that. Let's put him on Saturday Night Debate.
God.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, transition that one.
This one's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Okay. So this is some chick. Hold on. For people, we need to talk about for the people who are listening. So this next TikTok is what I see from the start. I see a dude sitting in a kitchen and there's a chick on the ceiling. Looks like she's pushing her butt maybe outward towards him, downward towards him. So
She's like on all fours on the ceiling,
somehow she's on all fours on the ceiling and he's sitting in a chair.
holding a big old plate of pasta.
Yeah. Okay. Holding pasta. Oh God. Oh God.
You ready?
Yeah. That I didn't realize that was pasta.
More cheese, please.
What the?
Thanks.
How is she up there?
I don't know. Don't know.
Dude, they have a kid.
They do.
Those people have a child. There was a where did baby sit in? High chair. There was a high chair sitting right next to that man. There was a high chair sitting right next to that man. They made a video of her twerking cheese out
I
of her
may
butt.
have a segment where I find the cringe videos of the week.
Kelly, that was rough.
Now, if the first guy's your grandfather,
Okay. Who was the second?
your brother, third guy's your
And sister.
uncle.
Okay.
And so this is a guy, I don't know how we can visualize this.
So there's a man in a green looking jumpsuit. His shirt is open. He's on the street and he looks like he's walking towards us before the video plays. All right, Chance, go ahead and hit it. Let's see.
Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, take on anyone. Let's shit.
So this dude looks like he has fake boobs.
Play it again. I want to watch this. So he looks like someone is filming him. I don't think they were a part of that. I think they were like camera up.
He's
started
in a
filming
lime
this guy.
green leather suit with fake
Back
boobs.
off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, take on anyone. legs and shit.
And his
One knee
boobs-
pad. One
his-
knee pad.
His boobs are out, but he's got like black tape over them.
We haven't mentioned he has boobs. Yeah. Actually, so whose boobs are better, the first guy or the second guy?
Oh, I'm gonna have to.
I have to go with the second or the
Yeah.
second guy.
The
The green.
second guy
The
for
second
sure.
guy with boobs had better boobs.
The second boobs were persistent because the first guy, the second he pulled those titties out, he was like, started squeezing them. I was like, oh, those things are going back to.
He popped them.
They're going back to their normal state. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
That was a weird suit.
Yeah, everybody's like the boobs. No one's talking about the lime green leather suit he's wearing. Like,
And he's
what?
got one knee pad on.
One knee-
Those people live among us.
They do, and they can vote.
They can vote. Wow. That's
So that's my wild web for the week.
Wild Wild Web. We can't play the intro because we got demonetized last time.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Again?
No, on episode
No.
5.
Oh, did we?
When we did the Wild Wild Web, I played the
Oh, that's right.
and then the YouTube demonetized our
We
video.
need to
Not that our
change it
video was
just
getting
to-
monetized or anything, but yeah, I thought that was funny. Dude, what happens to people?
Don't know.
Okay, so
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
we have multiple issues here because the first and the third video with the men with the boobies, that's a different kind of like mental illness, right? That we're dealing with.
They're probably on a list somewhere.
Right, they frequent like.
Well, at least number one is definitely on a list somewhere.
He has.
Dude, with those tats, what is that on his forehead? What was the tat on his
It
forehead?
looks like a pig.
When he said I was a pig, I was like, oh, that's like a snout. Yeah, right? Like it kind of looks like a snout.
Are we just going to put the big slut tattooed on his belly? Like, not like little either. Huge.
Anybody who tattoos that, like, I don't understand. Tattoo artists, they're out there, they got to make money. Hey, man,
they
you
gotta
got to
eat.
run your business.
They got to eat.
They got to eat. Some crazy guy wants to walk in and get the word slut on his stomach. Like, I don't think that, I would hope that the tattoo artist is like, sorry, man, you're going to have to find
Somebody else.
somebody else. But this guy probably knows somebody who did. So he's got like the thumbs up, right? Is that like a thumbs up, like like a Facebook like button icon?
I can't tell.
And then it says Mr. What? Mr. Talon?
Miss Talon's cuckold property.
Wow. And he's wearing a collar.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the collar kind of threw me. Anytime you see a collar, I'm like, oh, this is not good. Oh, man.
Especially a 65-year-old man.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude's 70. That dude's in his 70s.
No, wait. To me, that guy's one of those 4-year-olds that went hard in his
dude.
20s and 30s, and now he's
That's
a
what
40-year-old.
50-year-olds looked like in 1950.
Right. Right.
Now he has no idea where he's even at. He doesn't know.
Gosh,
who he
when
is.
do you think he got all those? Back in the day or recently?
I don't know. The slut one looks pretty old if you look at it. Like
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
faded.
Yeah, sure.
The Miss Talons one
is
doesn't
new.
look that
It looks
old.
fresh.
Say
Looks
he's
pretty
been
dark.
I'd say he's been a cuckold for a while.
Yeah. Do you think he was one of the first?
The original?
The
I don't
OG?
know. The OG cuckold?
Do you think he's so happy that probably when he was younger and wanted to do this stuff that he would have got the shit beat out of him?
And now he's
and
making
now we live in a
TikToks.
world where he can like make TikToks and like quote unquote express himself. Like we need to shame this. This needs, in my opinion, this is something, it needs to get shamed. It needs to get talked about. People need to be like, you need to stop.
This is who needs to be canceled.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, this guy gets praised for talking about his titties that he loves because he's expressing himself, but like,
And he's a piggy.
and he's.
I'm taking my headphones off. After.
I'm glad I didn't find his link on TikTok because that would have screwed up my algorithm. I would have been on a list
This was
somewhere.
on Kelly's For You page.
Yeah, Kelly-
followed by 10 other ones.
Because like
just
my daughter sent me this, but actually like this is just straight from the feed. Oh man,
Oh, jeez.
that's hilarious.
They walk among us.
Okay, so this one, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the reins here for a second. What am I? There we go. So
What you got?
the Dave Chappelle stand-up.
Watched it.
Have you seen it? You've seen it.
We watched it together.
You guys watched it together. Thoughts?
Fell asleep.
Didn't think it was funny.
Did not think it was funny either.
Really?
No,
Seen
not
his other
really.
stand-ups?
Oh, yeah. And I've seen his other stand-ups one where
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
dressed like an astronaut or something.
Yeah, he's got the
Super
flight
funny.
suit.
And I
Yeah,
loved
yeah,
it,
yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
This one, I didn't. In my defense, I was just kind of tired. I fell asleep.
Right, you weren't paying
It wasn't entertaining enough to keep me awake.
Right. Well, that's interesting. I thought it was funny. I thought he had some good jokes. I liked it. I didn't realize that the other stand-ups that he was doing were like a part of this like thing because he says it at the beginning. He's like, this is my final one. This is my final stand-up. You know, I've been doing this like story, right? Like these like multiple stand-up things and they're all supposed to be one big thing. And then his last one is the only one that really has anything to do and has like a direct message. I thought that the first one, like the other ones, were just stand-up specials. You know what I mean? Yeah, he threw in some trans jokes and some gay jokes and some black jokes. You know, but this one was definitely not his best stand-up. It wasn't his best special. I thought that a lot of his jokes were funny. When I was watching it, I was like, "This is hilarious. These jokes are, you know, right up the Dave Chappelle alley. Like these aren't any worse than anything he's done." Before. And if you watch the whole stand-up, he's talking about this woman that he met who was trans, and then he put her on his show. She opened for him in San Francisco. And she opened for him. She was terrible, but you know, he talks about like we became really close friends. Like I really started to understand her, like her and I, you know what I mean? Like she was like, I just want to be seen that one thing, the most powerful thing that this whole thing that like this got blown out of proportion. It's so funny to me because I was watching it and in my opinion, and I'm, you know, may not be quoting it correctly, but he was telling the story about this woman who is trans and she did a stand-up special, or she opened for Dave Chappelle in San Francisco and she bombed. She did terrible for like 45 minutes. And then she went and she sat in the front row of Dave's set and Dave was making jokes and, he was like bantering back and forth with her during the stand-up, and he said something about like, what is it about you that like you need from me? And she said something like, I just need you to recognize that I'm having a human experience. All these people up here, like we make fun of them or whatever, but like the concept is like they're genuinely experiencing something in reality, and they're living through their life, and we need to just accept that they're living their life. You know what I mean? Okay. We shouldn't. And that's
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And that's what he was saying in his stand-up. He literally said that. He said, you know, it blew me away. I was taken back by something like that. It gave me a new perspective, right? You know, that's what I took from it. And then there's all this outrage that he's transphobic and all that. Dude, he's been making gay and trans jokes for 10 years now. Now is the moment that we're going to have this like...
The Alphabet Mafia, no matter how many
Alphabet Mafia, you're right.
How many problems of theirs we solve, they will always find something else. Like, up to this point, Chance is probably too younger, it was all about gay marriage.
Right.
That's all they ever fought for. All right, gay people are allowed to be married.
And now it's trans.
Okay, now what?
Now it's trans.
Now, well, it's just...
No, and now... It's going
to be something else.
I've seen maps, I think they're called maps, pedophiles. They're people, I've seen them online. I've seen like these like posts, like people reposting their posts or whatever, talking about like, I can't wait till I'm accepted in society. Pedophiles being like, I can't wait till I can't wait till it's our turn to fight the social justice fight and do the marches and the parades. Yeah, it's called prison. Yeah. It's called the prison flag.
That's where they belong.
That's the prison flag.
There is a flag. I don't know if you knew.
No,
that.
I know. I've seen it.
Pedo flag.
Right. I've seen the pedo flag. Like, and I think they're called maps or whatever. But like, no, we're not doing that. There's no way on earth. But I fear that in 10 years, you know, if you take this recording of me right now and be like, this is fucked.
They're just trying to live a human experience.
I know. Well, that's so it's like this thing. Like
there has to be a stopping point.
There has to be a stopping point. But I don't want to dive into that. But that's fucked. But the Dave Chappelle thing. So Dave Chappelle drops this stand up. Everybody flips their shit on it, right? And they start talking about, you know, Netflix is going to have this walkout thing, right? Or everyone in Netflix is up in arms or whatever. There was a walkout. They had like a protest. From the video that I'm going to show you guys, it looks like there's only 5 people that did it. I read an article that said that there was dozens. So I was thinking anywhere from like 40 to 100 people.
Tens?
Yeah, no, the article said dozens of people. So I'm thinking like 40 to 100, whatever the dozens are, right? But this video that I want to pull up, you're gonna have to copy the link and then drop it in the.
I'm gonna make.
Oh no! Don't go to the article. That's the article. I don't want. That was just a resource.
Chance, you can't make that your screensaver, by the way.
I'll have to change it now.
Chance, close out of these and then.
A real producer would have had this already pulled up.
I don't know if I have the video. Do I have the video? Damn. Go on YouTube. Go on that first tab and look up Netflix. Oh no! It is right here. Is this it? Sorry, we're pulling up a video link real quick. Hopefully this is no, this isn't it. Yeah, just look up Netflix walkout man with sign. So did you hear about this? Did you see this?
I saw the big transgender man. Well, wait.
No, there was a guy standing outside of the Netflix headquarters. It's that second video, but I want to make sure that it's an actual video that gets...
I've seen that one.
So
yeah.
this video, this guy in the red, he is holding some sign saying Dave Chappelle was funny or some shit. This mob of people, well, okay, let me rephrase this. Like 5 people, from what I can see, and I took a picture of it and zoomed in and was looking at it, there's only like 10 people there actually protesting. The rest of the 40 people there have like full camera rigs and flash photography, and like they're like recording the protest, right? They're trying to get something. And then there's this situation. Go ahead and play the video. We'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, pause it. Wait, pause it real quick. Pause it. Because you want to pull it up on the screen.
I know.
So there's this guy with this sign, and these people protesting, doing the walkout for the trans rights stuff, take his sign, or like aggressive towards him, take his sign out of his hands, break his sign, give him the stick, then say he has a weapon.
Yes.
And then they're just all over this guy. Go ahead and play it. Let's play it. Look at this. This asshole right here, this fucking asshole in the blue, thinks he has the right to take his sign. Look at it. I'm going to take his sign. Watch this. Listen up. Listen. Listen to this.
He's got a weapon!
Look at that.
He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
Some of that shit, dude.
I know. And so, like, first off, this is just...
Drop my weapon? Yes.
This is terrible. Drop your weapon. And now he has a weapon. He was literally holding a sign a second ago. They took it out of his hands.
I would have grabbed it, broken it in half, and said, now I have 2 weapons.
So they just let it keep playing. I'll pull this down.
But like, who's this bitch right
I know.
here?
They're just like pushing. They're
Like,
literally
what are you in
forcing
my
him away.
face?
You know, like, oh, I'm not touching you, but you need to get out of the way, right? And this chick's like, repent, motherfucker.
I love Dave! I don't know why all the violence...
Yeah, go ahead. You can pause it. So, hey man, you wanna walk out for trans rights or whatever, because that's your First Amendment right, and you want to protest. That guy's got a right to stand there with the sign as well.
People don't like it when your freedom runs up to next.
Right.
Wait, your freedom ends where my freedom begins.
Right. Exactly.
So,
but I'd
like to go back and say
he's got a weapon, like instantly, like literally. Look how many fucking cameras are there. Yeah. This guy was thinking that he was going to, someone's going to grab the
aggressive.
Clip. No,
I think they were being aggressive to him.
They grabbed his sign out of his hand, were shoving him around, broke his sign, gave it back to him, and then could you imagine
Immediately.
So
yelled.
what I was seeing like online, like from what I was reading, is like, what if there was a cop right there that didn't catch that altercation?
Yeah.
And he was like, he has a weapon, and that cop just murked that dude and just shot him. You know what I mean? Like,
Chance, this is a good lesson for you right now. There's nothing. I'm not saying nothing. There isn't much that I would go protest.
Yeah. There's nothing. I mean,
I'm like,
I don't know. There's probably
Second
some
Amendment,
things, right.
First Amendment, probably.
If they were sending,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but-
I wouldn't go I have never felt the urge to be like, I need to go protest.
So what
this.
Netflix ended up doing about all this? They
So-
fired somebody.
So I actually have him in my notes a little bit.
I saw one where I've seen that one. I saw one where there was a big transgender woman. Let's
Yeah.
say it was prior a dude. I don't know how you say.
We
that.
don't know what they identified as.
Let's just say biologically, I would assume they were a man, but now they're
Dressing in lady.
a woman.
Yeah.
To be politically correct, YouTube, and being very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I think she was the organizer. Got to make sure I get my pronouns here.
Right.
And I think she got fired.
I think that they fired. Okay, so what happened? What I read was there was before the walkout happened, a group of Netflix employees stormed into like a CEO meeting, like with like the head of the board. They walked into a meeting like chanting, blah blah blah, causing a disruption.
That's what got them fired.
They got fired from that. I believe
As
that
they should have.
I believe they got reinstated. They brought them back to Netflix.
God damn it! People just
and they're not taking it down, right? They're not going to take it down.
No,
Because guess what? It's one of the and first off, even if it was a low ball, special, it's now super
I was
popular.
gonna say they're not like, I don't know if you listened to Joe Rogan this week. They were talking about the Barbra Streisand effect.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what this is.
You
Like,
start talking about
I've
that.
never watched this. I would never watch this, but this is such a controversy now.
Right now, I got to go watch it.
I have to go watch it.
Right.
So-
And it's like just the things that I was thinking about. I was like, what do they have on Netflix? Remember the Cuties show or whatever? There was like the whole like sexualizing of little kids. That wasn't bad. That wasn't controversial, right? I mean, I know that it ended up being, but it's like it didn't get this outrage.
I don't think they took it down. I think they may have taken it. I don't know if it's down or not, but it got very poor ratings.
Right.
Because nobody was going to watch it.
At least Dave Chappelle's is kind of funny.
He's Dave Chappelle. Comedians get a pass. They're allowed to do things.
But
'Cause
comedy
nobody can
doesn't
take
count if
jokes.
it's funny.
But comedy is about identifying something in the community and talking shit about it.
Yeah.
Right? What else is comedy?
So I saw the same one just like that kind of little protest, and all the counter protesters showed up.
Right.
And they're holding signs that say, hey, they're just jokes. Learn to laugh.
Right. Be
You
a
know?
troll. I mean,
relax.
Yeah, take a fucking chill.
Chill
You know what I
out.
mean? It's not whatever Dave Chappelle is saying on his stand-up. If you don't believe it, if you think it's offensive,
Turn it off.
turn it off. Same thing. Pass the fucking drink to the chick in the Starbucks drive-through
Yeah, and move
move
down
on with it. If you guys don't make this such a big thing, guess what? The people who are going to think it's funny are going to watch it and think it's funny. The people that don't agree with it, don't watch it. Do it with your vote. Don't force people to resign. I think the head of media or something at Netflix had to resign or something. He sent out a memo like, we made a big mistake. Something like that. It's like, no, you didn't. You did not make a big mistake. You let someone make something express their comedy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
This is what happens when you give people participation trophies.
What's crazy about this though is all of these things that are getting canceled in protests. It only has the power that the people that are protesting
Right.
give it.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't have gotten all of this attention if they didn't blow it out of proportion in the first place.
Exactly. It wouldn't have been a thing, right? We give power to, the things that we hate because we go and we, shout them.
You blow it up.
You blow it up. You're the one that gave it more airtime than it deserved, right?
Gotcha.
Dave Chappelle's stand-up would have hit Netflix. People would have watched it, and then like a week later, a month later, it'd have been
Nobody
gone.
talks
No one would have talked about it. It'd have been like in a conversation. Did you see that Dave Chappelle? Yeah, cool, funny,
Move on.
haha, whatever, done. Wasn't even that bad, that good of a stand-up, But now it's got to be this whole controversy. It's got to be this whole,
gonna get drawn out
walkout
forever.
Yeah, it's gonna get drawn out. And now Dave Chappelle is canceled. Now, fuck Dave Chappelle.
He don't
What?
care.
Dave Chappelle's been canceled by you guys for a long ass time, dude. His
Still
joke-
getting paid.
Still better off than most.
He don't care. He don't care.
Well,
What do you guys like better, Squid Games or you?
I was about to say from
I
that
like
side of
you.
Netflix, ooh.
Squid Games or you? Okay, so I hated you. I was like, I'm not watching this. I just felt like it was some chick show. I made it. I pushed through season 1. I pushed through season 2. They were both
Did you
good.
finish yet? 3?
No, they were both good in certain places, and I'm now episode 8 or 9 of season 3.
So you're almost done.
I am almost
Very
done.
close.
So they're the winery. The mom's opened the winery, and Joe is hanging out with the library chick. He's following the library chick.
Just the last episodes.
I mean,
It is
batshit crazy.
the last episode
Yeah.
is the red wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Do you think it's
Yes.
going to be another season, or they're done with it?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, there'll be another
They
season.
set it. They set it up
really?
for season
Okay.
4.
So the funny thing in season 3 was like when he's with the chick in the library and he's like, "Oh shit, love is gonna kill you." I thought that was awesome. So I have come to grow on you, and
I love you.
so you
I
were
love you.
you were
I love you.
Oh, this is weird. I had to go.
Carter, I love you.
Shut up. Shut up, you gay boy.
The
What do you like
the
better?
show?
Do you? Oh, you love you. Oh, the whole thing's the worm.
there was a little trend this couple past week on TikTok about you being a little woke,
You being woke.
Yeah, there was. We talked about
anti-vaccine.
Oh yeah. They got
people
their
not wearing
yeah.
masks
They were.
and-
They kind of had a little bit of the vaccine stuff,
gotta
and if
throw
you don't
that
take
in
vaccine,
there.
yeah. But you were Squid Game.
Squid Game. I really, I don't know. They're very different kind of things. Really, there's parts in Squid Game without. I don't know. Can we say spoilers now? It's
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
everybody in the
No, I
world
don't
has
care.
seen it.
I don't care. We're on
When
the
they're
pod-
on the,
We're gonna talk about Squid Games. We're gonna talk about you. So if you haven't seen it, fuck off.
so there's like in Squid Game when they're on the glass panels.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was. I mean, I was literally sitting on my couch. I'm like, oh my god.
The one where they're doing that, where they have to like jump from one to
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, I'm
and the
like-
guy's like, "I'm not going." I'm like,
Yeah.
They push them.
I'm like, that was intense.
Yeah.
Super intense.
There were some scenes, like some episodes were definitely better than others. I didn't like the
Yeah.
cookie licking one. I just didn't find it like red light, green light. I'm like, oh my god,
That song's so popular now.
Which one?
The song that was playing, whatever.
Oh really? Oh, I've heard it.
I don't know why you're pointing at me. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're on
the
TikTok,
little
right? You've
song
seen
that
it.
was
Yeah,
the little
I've seen
song
it.
that was playing while they were playing Red
yeah.
Light, Green Light.
Yeah, no, but red light, green light. The challenges they did were good. I made note that the VIPs that they brought in,
All white dudes.
all white, like Southern, secretly gay, rich people. Hey man, someone told me, I made a comment about that. My friend was like, you have to think it was made in South Korea. It wasn't made by woke liberals. It was made by what people from South Korea view as like evil villain,
Yeah.
Americans, because they're all like American evil villains or whatever. But I thought it was good. I thought Squid Game was good. I like you as a series, like seasons 1 through 3. But if they make a season 2 of Squid Games, I don't think I'll watch it.
Oh yeah, you will.
I think you will. Too.
I
think we all will.
I'll
We
protest
will.
it for a little bit, and then Kelly's gonna watch it, and then he's like, "Oh, Squid Game is blah blah blah,"
so good.
and then he's gonna tell me to like, and then I'm gonna have
Speaking
to
of
watch
Squid Games,
Squid Games.
I saw a TikTok with a phenomenal Squid Game theory.
What was it? Do you have it?
There's a link.
Dun dun dun. What was it?
So, remember when he was playing the game where you had to throw in the subway, right?
Yeah.
And there he had an envelope or whatever you
Right,
want to call
right.
it, and the guy had an envelope, right? Did you notice the colors of those envelopes?
Red and blue.
I showed you this too.
So what color were the contestants wearing?
Green.
Blue.
No, they wore green.
It was like a greenish blue.
Greenish blue.
Okay.
And what color were the people killing them wearing?
Pink.
Red. So the theory, he plays it, if
I don't. Hold on. We had to agree on the colors here because I just
Well,
said.
just watch.
I just said.
Okay,
different-
watch.
That's pink.
that's red. They were wearing
Okay.
red.
Okay. LOL, guys.
He asks, look at red and blue.
Okay.
They're all wearing blue. What if he had chosen red? Would he have became one of the people that killed everybody
No. Oh, because he comes as a worker.
as a worker?
Because
See,
he's still in debt and he still needs work, and then he has to be a worker. Oh, so you
Just-
think season 2 will be maybe about like the
he did dye his hair red at the end.
Yeah,
he did. He had it all pink and
Ooh,
everything.
that's
That's not even a part of
not
that.
even. I just fucking hit the
Conspiracy
Whoa.
theorist Kelly. No.
And if season 2, because he's going to go back, right? So season 2 is going to be he's supposed to go back
back.
and he's going to dismantle the system, right, or whatever.
What if he goes back and he's the guy?
That's what I'm saying. What I would see is that he goes in and he's not going to be a contestant, but they're going to have him be that guy on the subway. He's going to be kind of like a middle management for the Squid Games, right? He's not going to be the controller
The
or whatever. guy.
recruiter.
He's going to be the recruiter, and then he's going to go to the island and he's going to be like a part of it, and then he's going to learn more about like the deep state behind, Squid Games. But I'm telling you,
Did we even watch the same Squid Games?
We
You're
did.
like, they were pink. That was red.
I'm telling. No, it's not.
That's red.
It's pink.
I think it's pink.
It's pink. I'm telling you, the
It's like a
card,
hot
the
pink.
card was red and blue, and then their suits, I'm telling you, was like green.
Hey, it's just a theory.
I guess it is kind of blue. They do look kind of blue.
It's just a theory.
Just a theory. But season 2, I think he's going to go back and he's going to try to,
Hey,
take
it doesn't
on
matter.
the-
Yellowstone comes out in 2 weeks.
Still haven't seen it.
You have
Dude,
to watch.
do you think You's good?
I think you is
Yellow-
okay.
Yellowstone
Yellowstone's
is great.
fine.
You is good. You is good because I'm watching it, and but is it my top favorite show? No. Is it Game of Thrones? No. I don't even know if I've seen the trailer for the new House of Dragons. I don't think I've seen
Pretty
the trailer.
good. They
for
just
it.
dropped another one yesterday.
I'll have to
good.
watch it.
I had made one.
Let's watch it right now. You want to watch it? Yeah. Or you want to go? What do you want, Cal? We're
doesn't
rolling.
matter.
No. Let's wrap it up. I'll watch it and we'll talk
So
about it.
do
next
you know
week.
what the number one song on iTunes was this week?
Something by Billy Joel.
Oh. Maybe.
Sorry. What?
By Billy Joel.
Yeah, he's got a top song right now.
The number one song on iTunes or Spotify this week was this.
Which one is it, Kelly?
I found it.
Oh.
A guy made a rap song.
And it's another one of these. Hold on. I can do this for us real quick. Where's my
Number one on iTunes. I'm sorry. This is like fourth week in a row I've talked about Let's Go Brandon.
Hold on. There you go, James. You can play it now. Oh God. Okay, so this goes back before we play it. This goes back to everything I've been saying about I don't like this. I don't like the divisiveness because we didn't like when they had the "Fuck Donald Trump" song, right? You've heard the "Fuck Donald Trump"
It
the rap
didn't
song.
bother me at all.
But were you singing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not buying this song either
Okay,
on
that's
iTunes.
True. That's
but
true. That's true. This was the top song on iTunes.
Number one song on iTunes this week. Play it.
Okay.
And I say it with a passion as I pull off in the Aston. Don't nobody like his ass, huh? Tried to cover up and tell the people go Brandon. But we know what they saying, though. You can hear the chant in every post. Don't nobody want the
Song kinda hits hard.
Wow.
Everybody hated Trump, and now they out to catch a body. That's what they get for treating us like we in Squid Games. Green light,
Squid Games. Well, he's getting all the pop culture
He's
in,
getting
isn't
everything.
he?
He's trying to curate his own.
Go Brandon, but we all know what the saying mean. You know what they saying, ho?
That's pretty funny.
Song goes hard.
That
dude.
does goes hard. So
That's the number one song.
now
on
hold on,
iTunes
hold
this
on.
week.
Kelly and his limited research, was that the number
That's
one
not
song?
the only place I saw it.
Was that the number one? Did you go to iTunes?
No.
Because you can go to iTunes, right? You can go
know.
to the store.
I have an iTunes.
Okay, but you didn't go to iTunes and like check to see.
No,
You just took
I've seen it other places too, not just TikTok.
that's saying that it's the number one song
Yeah.
on iTunes.
Yeah. Unless they all collaborated.
That's what I'm
together.
thinking. That is just like a meme that's going around calling it the number one song. But I don't know if
It's pretty funny.
trust me,
regardless.
I don't know if iTunes would let that become the number one song. You know what
It'd
I
be
mean?
pretty controversial for that.
Yeah, I think if iTunes was to
Oh,
allow
but,
that to,
but the mop and a bucket one, the WAP song's not controversial.
But it's not political.
she's living a
She's
human
having a
experience.
life experience.
She's having a human experience. we just need to accept that.
Get a bucket and a mop.
What's the rest of that song?
Yeah, what's-
I don't know.
Oh God, Kelly. Okay, let me see if I got anything else.
I have one last thing, but you can go first. But my last thing is going to be heartwarming and it's going to make you cry.
It's going to make me cry.
Not cry, but just feel happy. Just a warm feeling before we close out and go eat some fried chicken.
Just a picture of Candace
I think the
Owens.
fried chicken is going to make me cry.
Yeah,
I'm pretty hungry.
You're right, the food's gonna be good.
Do you know what chicken fried steak is?
I do.
Okay, because I've had people like from New Jersey come down here, my buddy Craig, and he had no fucking idea what chicken fried steak was. Never even heard of it.
Is it finger licking good?
That's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I know.
But
Is Babe's finger licking good, though?
Babes is
Babe's
finger looking
pretty
good.
phenomenal.
Pretty
We're going to
finger
Babe's
looking
Chicken tonight. For you
Babe's
people that are
Chicken.
listening to this that knows what it is, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. What are you pulling up for me, Carter James?
Okay, Kelly. I just want to real quick. It's showing on your screen already. So
Can we get the old man with the boobs off the screen up
No,
there?
no,
It doesn't show it on
Oh,
you.
okay.
no, yeah, it's not showing.
I was just- okay, good.
Chance, go ahead and move the cameras and shit
The
around. I don't know
officer
what-
keeps his gun trained on the man and shuffles back.
So don't worry about it. This is a tweet from 2017. Look who tweeted it.
Alec Baldwin.
It says, "I wonder how it must feel to wrongfully kill somebody." So he in 2017 tweeted that about some cop that shot somebody. I guess I don't know. I don't know about this. As a Huntington Beach officer fatally shoots suspect. Okay, I don't know
That
what.
did not age well.
I don't know the details of that case, but it's just the Alec Baldwin tweeting.
Yeah.
So he tweeted in 2017, "I wonder how it must feel to wrongfully kill somebody." And within the last 36 hours, Alec Baldwin accidentally killed somebody
And injured another.
and injured another
Yeah.
on set of a movie. So he shot the director of photography,
It's like the, yeah.
director of photography
And the director.
all by accident. I haven't heard anything like this is malicious.
this
you
is
know
by
what I mean?
no means his
This
fault.
was an actual accident that happened.
It wasn't, and I'm by no means
Right.
a fan of Alec Baldwin, but it was not his fault. I was reading the safety protocols
Right.
for a gun, for even a prop gun to
Okay.
get
Right,
to
right.
finally make its way to an actor.
Right, right, right.
It's like 3 or 4 people have to
Okay.
Check it out.
So that
go to it through it.
I thought this was a goof because I thought that was pretty funny. Like this whole situation with Alec Baldwin is hilarious. It's just like
Karma.
It's like I want someone to put together the Curb Your Enthusiasm where it like shows this tweet and then it like pans over to Alec Baldwin and it's like we need that as a drop is the Curb Your Enthusiasm. But
I'm by no means his fan, but I do feel bad for him.
oh
That's
yeah,
It's
I
horrible.
could not imagine killing. Like you were telling me last night, you were like all these people online were like, oh look at Alec Baldwin throwing up. It's like yeah, he just killed
He
somebody.
just killed a chick.
Like he
That,
did.
that's a normal reaction.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
would be weird if he was just like hands in pocket, looking stoic. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like,
just
if you're on set and he looks, he's like, oh shit, dude, I just
Yeah, he's
killed
like,
somebody.
nuts, bro.
Yeah.
that is why I don't have a Twitter,
right.
because
You would be banned.
they would no.
Kelly lasted on Twitter for 3 hours.
I would not tweet anything because
No.
shit has a way of finding you, coming back and haunting you.
And just like this podcast, sometimes I think about this podcast. I'm like, who the fuck are we to talk about it? Like that's why I don't get on Twitter. It's like you know what I mean. Who are we to
We're
talk
just a
about?
bunch of knuckleheads.
Yeah, but you know that's the same thing. Twitter's like everybody in the world gets on Twitter and just puts it out there. You know what I mean? They just put out their
They were-
deepest feelings.
They're blowing him up for having a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
Like, he just shot somebody.
they're the people who have mental issues. Those
Yeah.
people are, you know. But so how do prop guns work, guys?
How do they work?
How do prop guns work?
Put blanks in them, don't they?
They're blanks.
Well, what is a
generally.
blank? But what is a blank?
It's just a bullet with same amount of gunpowder with just without the round in it.
It's just the casing.
It's just the casing, and they're like when we shot them in the Marines, we'd load our blanks into our M16s, and we actually had a thing that went on the inside the barrel and clamped down, so
Right.
nothing would come out.
Right, because it's still a
Still
bullet.
pressure.
So like
it's not a bullet, a projectile. It's a
there's still like it's like a crimped cap, right?
Yes.
Like it's like crimped on the end. So instead of like a bullet, it's like a crimped cap, and it's supposed to that cap is supposed to pop open and let the you know gunpowder and everything go through. But so I did a little bit of research on like how this works, and you're right. There's like a whole chain of command, you know, of passing that gun off before it gets to an Alec Baldwin who knows nothing about guns, right? This is a real gun, and they need to add extra gunpowder into a blank because of there's like military blanks.
I saw
and then
that too.
and
There's
then
3 levels of
right.
blanks.
So they have to have enough for the gun to actually fire back, especially if they're filming. They don't want it to be like, "Pff," and it's like, ding, and it kind of like halfway
Yeah.
shoots back, right?
Yeah, what people may not realize, like an M16, it's gas fed.
Right,
So
it has
when
a
you
little-
shoot a bullet out of it,
Right.
those gases are captured within it.
Right.
And that's what pushes
There's a little tube that feeds back
and
into
it
the
pushes
mechanism.
the bolt back to
Right.
grab the next, and it happens
instantly. Yeah, obviously, yeah, super fast. But
so they need something, I guess, in a prop gun.
so yeah, like so there's that, and there's like other things because from the research that I was doing, looking into it, it's the biggest problem is like keeping things safe and
Keeping it real.
and keeping it real, exactly, like keeping it authentic. Because if you can make this like super like fake gun, but then when it shows up in the movies, the people are gonna be like, "That's not a real
You
gun."
need like
you know what I mean?
little fire to come out the
Right,
end.
right.
Of
You
it
need
or
it
whatever.
to you need the flash to happen at the end of the muzzle and everything. But what I heard could have happened is it's a Western movie. So actually, I have the the guy's YouTube video that I pulled up because I wanted to shout his video or his channel. It's called Deuce and Guns. This is where I like learned about where I kind of got my jumping off point about blanks. You know, they've got a modified bullet, and then a lot of the times, like you were saying, when you're in the military, you actually have like something you stick in there, and it probably like caps onto the barrel, right?
Yeah.
And so that nothing can come out. Well, in a movie, they can't do that because it's all about looking authentic.
Making it
So
look real,
it would look stupid if you had a gun. If the guy's like, "Motherfucker," and you know what I mean, and then it's like there's no hole
It's
there,
got
right?
the orange
Yeah.
tip like an airsoft.
So sometimes they'll actually weld a thing inside of the barrel, like so it's like permanent. You know what I mean? So like it caps it off. But then this guy Deuce and Guns, he goes into the Alec Baldwin thing and he starts talking about, okay, well that's for like a Colt 911, right? But if he's shooting a Western movie, the guns are very different because if it's like a 6-shooter revolver, you can see those bullets on the outside. So they have a whole nother like level to this. He was saying potentially he could have had a double barrel shotgun in the scene because that could make sense why there's 2 bullets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he shot one. I don't know how, because do you guys know if he killed the person then shot the director, or it was one
I don't
shot
know
and hit
the
them both?
order.
I don't know.
I think what happens is he shot and something did go out, and they must have both been standing there.
Well, we don't even know what kind of gun. It's all just
It's all
conjecture.
I'm just making stuff up. But I'm thinking like it had to have happened where like that crimped bullet must have like exploded, shot those projectiles out with enough force, right? Obviously, it's like a super inaccurate or whatever. They might not even have been directly at the gun point. You know what I mean? He probably didn't even point it at them and shoot. He could have pointed. It could have sprayed and bounced and hit somebody. I don't know.
Well, it was rehearsal too.
Really?
It wasn't
so
during
maybe,
filming. It was
maybe,
rehearsal.
maybe they were like,
But I'm sure they
Mr.
filmed
Baldwin, you need to do this. And he's like, okay, like bang,
I'm sure
bang.
they filmed rehearsal, so there is probably video of it.
There's some sort of evidence somewhere.
Too bad Live Leak just got taken down
Did they really?
a couple months ago, apparently. That's what Joe Rogan said. I haven't looked it up.
I don't. I'll move on with my life. Well, that's terrible. I do feel bad for him.
I feel bad for the chick who died, too.
Yeah,
and the director.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Poor Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just a freak accident.
It's a freak accident.
Yeah.
It's how Bruce Lee's son died, right?
Yeah, same
That's how I
thing.
learned from this, too. Bruce Lee's son.
You know that?
Yeah, I learned about that. Okay, what is our heartwarming thing you're going to pull?
My last thing from the day. So, did you see Texas A&M and Alabama the other day?
No.
Texas A&M had a little bit of a tougher year. They got beat by Arkansas.
Which link do you want?
Go to the top one. It's going to be a series. We're going to go. There's 4 links. We're going to play them. Then we're going to go with all of them. Okay.
Okay, why don't you pause the video real quick, Chance?
All right. We're back.
Yep, we're good.
So, A&M, Texas A&M played Alabama a couple weeks ago, right?
Okay.
Alabama, number 1 in the country. You know, phenomenal.
Yep.
A&M's had a good year, but they lost to Arkansas. So they're playing in Texas A&M. Okay, this is a 4-part series of videos here. They're studying Alabama. Old boy Seth Small, I think his name is.
Okay, I see Small.
Yeah, he's kicking the game-winning field goal. So just go ahead and hit the first one, Chance. This is just him. Can you imagine the pressure of 110,000 people watching him?
Okay, A&M versus Alabama.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
End of the game to win the game. Watch how much this ball curves too.
It says the kick.
38, 2 seconds left.
2 seconds to win the game, to beat the number 1 team in the nation.
By Seth Small is down.
Oh my gosh.
It is up. And the fighting
Okay.
Texas Aggies take down.
Okay,
So they take down Alabama.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first. That was a little setup. Go
Okay.
to the second video,
Okay.
and this is just kind of heartwarming. You're going to see his wife, his mom, his wife's dad, and his father all in the stands.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, so his parents watching.
his parents watching the game.
Okay. I don't think there's any
there
sound on this
sound?
video. Chance.
Chance, hit the sound, please.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Go forward a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's a... Damn, that's so many people, dude.
Oh, it's like 110,000 people.
That's insane.
I've been a couple of A&M
At
games.
A&M?
They're phenomenal.
At A&M?
yeah. I don't know if this is the right link.
This is a perspective from the fans that were
Are
watching.
you on the same link? Go to there's one where the cameras are right on his parents, like the
Okay.
ABC cameras or whatever.
Yeah, just hit replay. Hit the replay down at the bottom. This is him praising God.
Okay, that's not it.
We're trying to get
Okay, pause it real quick. So, anyways, the heartwarming video is like his mother.
Uh-huh.
His mom's sitting there, like, it's more cool of his wife. His wife's just sitting there, like, you know.
Yeah.
And his mom's not even watching. She just can't.
Yeah, right.
You know, and
The baby
all
boy
she
is about
does
to do
is she
something.
hears the crowd and she just starts crying.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's just a cool video to watch, and the wife just starts jumping, and she jumps over and she goes to the field. But that's not really why we can find that in a second. This is really why I wanted to watch.
Oh, you want to watch this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
before
Sorry.
you get it,
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is him giving the press conference afterwards.
Okay.
And he's going to thank. They asked him, "Where does this rate in your life?" He said,
right.
"This is the 3rd best moment of my life right now."
Now we don't need to watch the video.
Hold on. No. 1 was being saved from Jesus.
Why don't we watch him say it?
Okay.
Why watch the video?
Because if you let me finish the whole story, I would tell you. But go ahead, play it.
Yes, we're trying to get him a good happy birthday present. I didn't know what to get him, so we thought as a team that we'd like to get him a win over Alabama. And it was probably the third best moment of my life, right after I accepted Jesus into my heart as my true Lord and Savior. And then after getting married to my wife this summer, I'd rank this 3.
Okay, pause it. All right.
See, that's good. That
okay,
yeah,
pretty
good.
cool, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for him.
Go
Humble
to
kid.
the fourth link. It's just not a video; it's an article.
Okay.
Sports Illustrated does an article on him.
Okay. Sports Illustrated appears to deliberately omit reference to Jesus from report on Texas A&M star kicker.
Yeah. So scroll down.
Oh wow.
They give. You'll see where their quote from him.
Right there. Right there. It was probably the third best moment of my life, right after accepting Jesus into my. Okay, so that was
That's
what
what he said.
Okay,
Now
okay.
scroll down to the where it's italics.
Right there. After the game, Small said in his post-game press conference that the kick ranked as the third best moment of my life, right after marrying my wife over the summer. That's the direct quote from
Sports Illustrated.
Really?
Like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because he's not a part of the privileged few.
While we're talking about this, see if you can find it's just the wife video is amazing.
If you, yeah, just go back to YouTube and just type it in. Just type in A&M kicker parents. Oh yeah, I'm almost done typing.
But
That's so messed
Is that
up,
just
dude.
like-
That's so stupid.
You know-
just that's not news. You're not doing it right.
fake
You're not
news right
doing the
there.
news right, right? Like,
If I was reading that article, go to the top one. That's pretty cool. That's it. Watch the mom. See the mom sitting down.
yeah.
I gotta bring it up.
Is that the wife standing up?
That's the wife standing up, and that looks probably her father.
Chance, can you zoom in? Just kidding. Just kidding.
But watch the mom. She
Okay,
can't
yeah,
even watch the kick.
That's his whole family, probably.
How nervous she is. Mom's closed her eyes.
Aggie fans go hard, by the way.
Mom's closed her eyes praying. And there she goes.
That's awesome.
I just thought that was cool.
Let's just bring this back a second. He's just the kicker.
Yeah. But yeah.
A lot of people had to bring him to that point.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I literally
But
couldn't.
I thought that
do
was the
any
cool.
of
The
that.
mom
No,
didn't even
that's
watch
awesome.
the kick. She just listened for the roar of the crowd
That's
before she started
awesome.
crying.
Hopefully CJ will be a really big star kicker.
I just thought that was cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And kind of messed up with that Sports Illustrated thing.
No, fake news.
Yeah, you know what? Well, you heard it here first, people. Probably not first, but
Yes, that's all I got.
that's all I got too, man. Let's
Some Babe's chicken.
Let's go get some Babe's chicken, man. Let's close this thing out. Yeah, go ahead. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching podcast number 6 of Generational Gap. If you've made it this far, we really appreciate it. I know we're a couple hours in. Check us out on social media, Gen Gap Talk on TikTok and Gen Gap Pics on Instagram. And then, of course, Generational
Somebody
Gap
sent us a
on-
comment.
Yeah, some comments. Someone give us a comment, some feedback. We'd love to hear what your thoughts. You can yell at me for yelling at Kelly on this episode.
You can yell at Carter for not appreciating.
I literally just said,
Candace
fuck
Owens.
you guys. Thank you so much. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all.